Rocky, go.
Fifers arriving. Welcome to the Fifers. I'm Rocky fucking Alderete. It's Gilly, Little Tate, and Thumper. And this is episode 36, which is not too far from the episode of 69, when 69 is the magic number. But today we're going to talk about whatever the hell we'd like. So who wants to begin?
I'm going to start this one off because if anybody's out there listening that has suffers from TDS, the old Trump derangement syndrome, and I'm about to piss off the MAGA fucking fanboys themselves, but I want y'all to remember warp speed, right? All the warp speed and COVID shit. Well, guess what? It's back in action, boys. And I'm going to put this up right here. Now, this just came out the other day on the 14th of April. Trump administration fast tracks controversial self-amplifying mRNA vaccine for H5N1 bird flu, right? We've been hearing, oh, shit, we don't need anything for the bird flu. We don't need anything for the bird flu, blah, 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 right? So you have this rollout on the 14th, and it's going to go down here. The vaccine ARCT-234, developed by Arcturus Therapeutics. Now, I want you to remember Arcturus Therapeutics, right? They do cystic fibrosis treatments, too. That's part of their big thing. But the designated announcement was April 10th was awarded by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, right? The FDA, right? Where everybody's talking about Doge cutting shit out of the FDA, people getting fired, da-da-da-da-da. So, in partnership with the Department of Health and Human Services and its Biomedical Advanced Research and Development Authority, BARDA. How many of you ever heard of BARDA? Anybody ever? You heard of BARDA, Rocky?
Yeah, but it's from DC Comics. It's Big Barda. She's like Wonder Woman. She looks like Wonder Woman with big boobs. I can't help it. She's pretty hot, but she's really big.
Right.
It's a whole lot of woman to love.
BARDA. So we go through applications, treatments faster. So what I want to key in here is, unlike traditional vaccines, ARC-2304 candidate uses a self-replicating MNR platform, meaning the genetic material continues reproducing inside the recipient's cells to boost production of flu-fighting proteins, right? Same thing, blah, blah, blah.
Arcturus is also a big star that's like 1,000,000 times bigger than the sun or something like that.
Something like that.
There's something in astronomy. I'm not going to say astrology because that's fucking retarded.
Arcturus is a star.
It's a star.
It's a designated really star, yeah.
It is, and it's huge, but I think that there's something they're trying to say in that.
Well, I'm gonna get through all that here in a minute.
Okay.
Key thing I want to go on is that we've been going on about Doge. So if you go down here, federal taxpayers again are footing the bill for this ARC 2304 under the BARDA contract. Here's the contract number right there. 75 Alpha 50122 Charlie 0007. Right? So this is the same agency that was involved in Operation Warp Speed. Right? So one of the key things I want to go through is Arcturus itself right here. The key one is Kostaive, right? That was the COVID-19 approved by Japan, approved by the EU, right? So Kostaive was approved overseas, right? That was the one that was fast-tracked through Arcturus. Now, when you go through Arcturus itself, you can look at their stock prices right here. So when the 15th it announced, it jumped up to 1085, right, per share. Since in the past 5 days, 20.25% increase.
So what does that mean to the person that does not understand the stock market?
So basically what that means, if we go back a month, right, you see their stocks were up here, right? $14, dips down all the way, right? $8. And now it's on the swing up because you find out about this contract. So everybody, you look at the news and everybody's talking about volatility of the market, whatnot. And you see this one pharmaceutical company is getting all this money now for this project. And you see their stocks moving around. And I want to go ahead.
But that's nothing to do on the stock market, especially with medical. That's nothing to do.
Oh yeah, medical. If you want to get into stocks, and I'm not giving out financial advice, but if you look at pharmaceuticals and medical technologies overseas, abroad, people that make stuff for medical, look at their stocks. Siemens is one, SEIMS. Siemens is a big provider of equipment and things, but it's crazy that we're looking at Arcturus now that's getting the contract to build this. And what's funny about this is you see that it's been trademarked. Costav is trademarked, right? But if you dig a little bit farther, it's actually Zapamarin is the actual right there, sold under the brand name of Kostov, right? And this was approved for medical use in Japan in November of 2023.
Well, if you read up there about SARS, right? All they're doing is taking what the vaccine they made in the 90s and trying to remake it to where it actually works. That's what they're trying to do.
Yep. And they're trying to use that self-replicating spike protein from SARS-CoV-2. Yep. So, and then the last little bit of piece that I want to add in from the Zopamarin is the actual pharmaceutical company, Minji Seika, right? This came out February 18th of 2025, right? European Commission approves, right, the COVID-19 vaccine. So you can see headquartered in Tokyo, Japan, all the way through. Right here, you get down CSL squares for distribution of Kostov in Japan, Arcturus Therapeutics Incorporated, the originator of Kostov. And then you can go through, it goes through and talks about the mRNA a little bit here. But this is their news release from the company itself. So this isn't like pulling pieces of news that is a little bit twisted. These are coming from the company's sites themselves. So I want everybody to kind of keep an eye out, the H5N1 and these companies themselves, because you're not hearing this from the mainstream media, far left, far right. You know what I mean? Like if this was information that you wanted to damage Trump on from the warp speed COVID response, there it is. Right fucking there. Took me about 15 minutes to dig through these companies' websites themselves and what they're putting on them. So that's not misinformation. This isn't hearsay from anybody. That you just seen the receipts from the companies and who's approving it, who's working it, who's getting contracts for it. So now it questions what Doge is actually doing. And that's what they don't need is things like this that gives ammunition. And I probably just gave ammunition to the far left too, but it has to be said.
But here's the thing: since no one's watching us, they will never be able to think that because they don't know.
Let me see
it. We don't have that many people watching us, so no one's going to think outside the box like that.
But now, the thing is, I don't think it's going to hurt Trump at all because what he did, Operation Warp Speed, right, is take what they tried to do in the 90s because they had a vaccine for all this shit in the 90s for COVID and all this. You know, just like bird flu. Yeah, they're trying to make it self-replicate now from the original bird flu vaccine that they've had. You know, I don't think it's really damaging. I mean, someone's going to try it probably. You know?
It goes back to that article we talked about months ago about Trump talking about a good businessman, the Pfizer CEO. Yeah. Pfizer's out of the block right now, but it's Arcturus that's in there now.
Yep.
So
I'd almost be curious to see if that CEO jumps to Arcturus.
That's what I'm waiting on.
You know, it's a good possibility.
The thing is with the vaccines, you know, people, if you want them, take them. If you don't get it.
Absolutely. You know, I have a crazy story in there about vaccines. If you live in Massachusetts, I would get the fuck out of Massachusetts. I'll tell you that right now.
What are they doing there?
Oh, let me pull this one up really quick.
I see. Real quick, while you're doing that,
Yeah.
I am not big on vaccines because of how many times I had to take the fucking anthrax. I got fucked on that
This is true.
so many times. I had to go. You guys know how many times I was called to fucking medical for an anthrax vaccination? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's not even the boosters. Like, I was getting the full on vaccination because they kept losing my record. I swear, I've had the anthrax vaccination. God, I don't even know how many fucking times. I lost count.
I'm down with you on that one. That's for sure.
God damn.
I mean, we've all had the fucking vaccines for anthrax. All of us.
Smallpox.
I had smallpox
typhoid.
too. But no, the anthrax, I probably had 4 full rounds of anthrax, like the full ones, not the boosters. And then I had the boosters afterwards because I was forced to, because they kept losing it.
Oh yeah, they kept losing everybody's record.
They kept saying, "Oh, Hodges, you need to go to medical and get your fucking anthrax." And I'm like, "I've already had it." Well, you need to prove it. Well, I'm not fucking medical. I don't make even. I could write it on a fucking napkin. You're not going to look at it, you know. Stupid.
All right, so here's the one I got from Massachusetts, right? It's going to blow your fucking mind. So, Massachusetts couple accused of kidnapping their own 5 children from state custody. And then if you read through, like, it's a pretty long article, but to break it down, basically the court documents indicate that the DCF, their like child, pediatrician flagged signs of neglect involving the youngest child, a 9-month-old, right? So I want you to take that in really quick. The reason why it was flagged that way is because they were skipping vaccinations for their baby. So they told the pediatricians, we do not want any vaccinations for our 9-month-old child. And then this pediatrician flagged it for neglect. And then you go through, like, you know, the rest of the article talking about, you know, where they left to and how it went down. So
you were using the religious exemption.
Yes, they were using the religious exemption. Right. Let me see if I can find it.
And they went after them.
Yep, they sure did.
Well, and those parents had every right to fucking take their kids back, because state and government cannot fucking tell you how to raise your fucking kids. That's what's wrong with our fucking country. Part of it.
Yep. Nope.
You know, stop it.
So I wanted to add that in because, like we say, like, all of us want to keep our kids safe, and if we don't trust the vaccine, then we don't trust. I did the same thing with my kids. I took it, but I wouldn't let them take it.
I mean, hell, I do it with fucking River. You know.
Yeah.
And they tried to push, and his pediatrician tried to push that, right? And me and his mom both at the same time said no.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. No, I'm not against vaccines because there's vaccines that have been proven to be used, like. Yeah. You know, measles, mumps, and rubella, the MMR, polio, you know, all of that shit's been tested for fucking ever.
But one thing I don't agree with the kids, if they make the kids get now, right, is chickenpox, right, vaccine, right? Because if they ever get it, it's going to be 10 times worse for them than it was for us that was not vaccinated on it.
Yeah. Well, the chicken pox parties.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, I had chickenpox twice. Yeah. I had chickenpox twice because I didn't get it bad enough the first time.
Yep.
And so my mom sent me to another fucking party. So it was like a party that whole summer.
As soon as my brother got it, right, my mom goes, "Get in there, you're getting it too." I had it in my hair, I had it in my mouth, everywhere. Fucking ass cheeks, everywhere.
I still have a scar in the middle of my forehead, dude, from it.
Yep.
But I was itching it. Years ago, I was dating this one girl. Her kid got chickenpox. She says, "Well, he's been vaccinated." I said, "Does not matter. Vaccinations do not fucking work. All it means is he's probably gonna get 10 times worse than what we did, and he did too. You know, fuck that. Let him get the chickenpox. Let him get it."
Chickenpox is one of those ones that you should get. You know, as an adult. You know, you need to get the chickenpox.
You mean itself or the vaccine?
It's not going to kill you.
You talk about actually getting
the
illness?
Virus.
Yeah. I mean, not the shot, but actually get sick from it.
Yeah, no. Actually getting chickenpox, because it's not going to kill you, you know, and it's only going to boost your immunity.
Yeah, the only problem is that when you get older, it shifts to shingles.
But not everybody
pretty rough.
Yeah, but not everybody gets shingles when they get older too.
No.
I mean, that's
no. It's I don't know what the numbers are, but I know there was commercials for shingles, and then it kind of like fucking went away. Yeah. There was no money in it.
It's brutal. Yeah, it sucks, but you'll live through shingles too. It's not a deadly.
It's like a fun run for rabies.
Right.
Could you imagine being fucking allergic to water, man? Like you can't drink water anymore when you're on
rabies. I've met people that have been allergic to milk, dude.
Fuck.
They?
Yeah.
Allergic to milk?
No, but before Abigail, like it wasn't
Abigail. Oh, yeah. That was because I got
allergic to milk, and they were allergic to. I met someone allergic to water, milk. These motherfuckers are in the Navy too.
Who?
And yeah, I was like, what the fuck? How are they?
Now, the milk I can understand, right? The milk I can understand because River has a milk allergy, right? Because he gets ear infections if he drinks cow's milk or goat milk or whatever, right? He gets fucking ear infections from it. But how could you be in the Navy and be allergic to fucking water?
I don't know.
I mean,
it's like not being able to fucking swim.
I mean, what's he gonna do? He's gonna fucking die if he fucking falls overboard.
Right.
If he's allergic to water.
No, Rocky, to answer your question. Oh, good. Rocky, to answer your question, it's chunked up fucking chuck roast and some cube steak.
Sounds good.
You could have said it on the podcast, like the old little take. Use the ground beef. What?
The ground beef.
I've been shifting it around, man. From I used to do a ground beef, and then slowly I've been shifting around because the commissary will sell you a 15-pound thing of meat, like a fucking box for like $50. It's got pork chops, ground beef, chuck roast, pork tenderloin. It's got a lot of good shit in it. Sometimes a London broil, that tougher meat. But if you know how to fucking cook it, man, $50 for 15 pounds of meat.
Dude, I get like boxes of meat, and it's like 90 pounds.
Well, yeah, you're fucking cooking for a food truck, though.
Yeah, I can go to the commissary and get pork belly for like making bacon for $30 or $40.
I cooked 348 pounds today, I estimate.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I made 13 full boxes of it.
Well, a lot of your stuff is slow cook though, right? So like you put it on and walk away for a while.
Actually, what happens is we turn it on and I stay there the whole time while it's cooking to make sure that nothing goes wrong.
Do you sing to it and
no?
Say, come here, baby. You're gonna be the best ever tacos right here, baby.
Shit, rocket, yeah.
Last night I was reading Fables, Fairest Book 1. I'm still reading it right now, but I'm gonna read all of the Fables books, and then I think I'm either gonna go to Sin City or Spawn. I don't know. Sin City or Spawn?
Go Spawn, dude.
Dude, it's 6 omnibuses now, right? It's 6 compendiums, and they're like 100 to 1,500 pages long each.
I fucking started collecting Spawn at around issue 10. I would go back each payday to the comic book shop and buy like up to the first, and then went from there. I think I got up to like issue 80 before I joined the Navy. I sold my whole collection off because I didn't know where the fuck I was going to put it. So, because I was living on my own, pretty much homeless.
Yeah. I used to like tell my wife I wanted to buy all these things. So I'd be like, Fables and Spawn. I don't know why I said it in that fucking series. Spawn. And she's like, do you really want to get Spawn? She's like, you didn't say it right. She got so used to it. I was like, I need Spawn.
And you know what I loved about Spawn is that people didn't realize that Al Simmons was black. It was great.
Dude, I know. And like, I think Michael J. White was really fucking Al Simmons.
Dude, he's a fucking beast in real life, man.
I know. And then they were saying Jamie Foxx was going to be Spawn. I'm like, dude, he's not dark enough and he's not big enough.
No. Michael J. White, dude, is the only Spawn in my opinion.
Yeah, he's honestly, he's the only guy that could really portray him. And I'm trying to think of another big black buff dude that I love that would be awesome. I'm like, there's none.
You like that big black Bubba Love?
No, I just want him to be a badass CIA fucking agent, right?
Oh, old Nasty Nate from Half Baked. No, Nasty Nate, no. Tiny Lister's too big.
Because I remember, dude, I saw Spawn right at when I graduated from boot camp. That's when Spawn came out.
Yeah.
So I went and saw Spawn with my girlfriend at the time at the movie theater in Gurney Mills. Gurney fucking Mills.
Gurney Mills, man. Fucking every recruit wandering around in their uniform, that motherfucker.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think, like, if there was an actor that could play Spawn now, I don't know who it would be.
There's one guy big enough, but I don't know his personality's right. Terry Crews.
Oh, dude, he's awesome, but he's really also a lot older. And
I'm saying body wise, he could play it.
Yeah,
I don't know
could.
mentality wise if he could.
I think
Al Simmons is what? Al Simmons is in his 30s.
Yeah, I think so. Somewhere around there when he gets
and his wife
killed.
is Wanda, and they haven't had a baby yet. Wanda. And I don't know why it would be Wanda. It's like, I guess someone liked the fucking X-Men a lot.
I would put like Kerry Washington as Wanda, dude.
Yeah, she would be she would be a legit Wanda.
Like she's got that soft, just soft woman that soft, Wanda lovely, was in there. Yeah.
Soft, lovely femininity look.
Yeah. Like she was strong too, but she was fragile at the same time.
Hey, Thumper.
Huh?
You know how you said you want a midget, no arms, no legs? Got me thinking last night, right?
Oh, fucking Christ!
How do you go? What are you gonna do? Push her around with a little stroller? Fucking put her on your chest, take her around town?
I'd get one of those baby carriers that I wear on the chest and put her in there.
Sorry, and that popped in my mind because I was thinking about it last night.
Or you got one of those like knee carriers, when you got a bad knee and you got to wheel around on the motherfucker. She can sit on it like a fucking scooter.
Just put her in the basket. Just put her in the basket. It's all good.
You went full retard. Never go full retard. This is the fastest we gone full retard in 20 minutes.
You went full Kamala. No.
Hey, Rocky, do y'all have a food truck challenge?
What do you mean?
You know how certain places have challenges, right?
Yeah.
Do y'all have one?
I thought of one.
I was thinking of you. I saw this last night. I'm gonna share this.
I wanted to make it like $150. That's a good chunk of money. That's a nice burrito. We make burritos that long, anyways. Maybe not that long. That seems about what, 48 inches to 36 inches.
I'd put that, at about 48 inches.
That's about 4 feet.
Did you see how he stroked that thing?
I mean, that could be something that brings.
Yeah.
If you had a challenge, right? Whoever competes it, right, gets a T-shirt or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also fucking film it, put it on Instagram, Facebook, right?
OnlyFans, whatever.
I really did think about doing an OnlyFans for taco.
Dude,
like tacos.
You could probably...
and Heidi and I would get on there. We're not going to get naked or anything like that because it's fucking stupid and retarded. But we would get on there and be like, "You like some tacos? Here you go." And we do this, this little, I don't know, fucking dance.
She'd be shoving tacos up Rocky's butthole.
No.
That reminds me. I can't play it.
How does shoving tacos remind you of something?
Not the crunchy one, please.
Yeah.
I can't share what Hodges shared on the thing. I tried to send to my messenger. about the chicken bone, right?
Oh God.
I can't share it. Says attachment unavailable. When I put it on my messenger, I was like, "Oh, the fucker!
Really?
If you got it, Thumper sent it to my messenger. See if
Hang
that
on.
works."
Anyways,
I
when it
text that to
comes
you, right?
Yeah.
to what we were talking about with me, it won't work. I have an exit only. I've been tested a couple times now. I'm old enough to be tested.
You sure I text that to you, Gilly?
Yeah, you text to the group.
Oh, the group. That's right.
Oh, hold on.
And you got to remember that Lil Tate can't see everything on Facebook.
No,
Oh,
I mean,
that's
I've seen
right.
some Facebook, but I didn't click on it yet.
I don't know if you can you, without a Facebook account?
Which one are you talking about?
The one I just sent, the chicken wing one.
Is this the most liked Reels by Sincerely Sammy?
I don't know. Hang on. Let me.
Yeah, that's that one. Yeah, that's that one.
Is it?
I'll be right back. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can get it.
Hang on. I got it right here, I think.
Hold on.
No.
Check that one, Gilly. See if that's the right one. Yep, it is.
Got it. Got it. Wait till Rocky's back.
I need a woman
Talking
like
on
that.
here.
Then it would be even better if she had no arms or legs and she was a midget and she could do that. That would
No,
be,
I thought I was a little fucked up on midgets. You got me
I'd be
beat on
like-
that.
that would be amazing. Like I would get married again. It would be over.
Why? Because she can't fucking crawl away from you?
I mean, she couldn't walk out on me.
Yeah, but then you would never have. Then she could never give you a hand job if you just wanted a hand job.
Would there's a mouth.
But what if she had no teeth and just gummed you?
Even better.
Oh fuck!
Get a better seal.
Did that 73-year-old have fucking dentures for you?
I mean,
Oh yeah, they took them out. Fuck yeah, that's some of the best blowjob you can ever get when they gum you. Because
you
they
get a
can't,
better seal, you know.
they can't bite down on it. You know, hurt you if they're fucking pissed off at you.
Where is? We're
Come on,
going off
Rocky.
the rails on the crazy train.
See, this is what
Okay.
happens when I actually get on the podcast early. It doesn't.
There we go.
It circles the drain.
Yeah.
This is for you, Rocky, right here.
Oh, mind you, this is important.
Turn it up. Turn it up. I can't hear it, boys.
As high as it goes.
That I was able to suck.
Yeah,
most of
it's really
me
quiet.
with my ass.
Pause
So
it and
when
turn it
people
up,
ask
homie.
me, what is your special talent? I don't play piano. I can't parallel park, but I'll be goddamn. I don't know anybody else who could suck a chicken wing off the phone using their ass. One time, I put 3 hot wings up my ass on the bone. Mind you, this is important. I have such perfect control of my sphincter, even though I put a lot of shit up there.
Yeah, that's as high as it goes.
So she stuck 3 chicken wings up her ass.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then strip the meat off with her butthole.
That's some
That's
good
the
muscle
best.
control right there.
That's the
That's like
best, dude.
Thailand, Guam kind of stuff right there.
Yeah, it's like ping pong balls and darts and yeah.
It's almost like what we saw in South Park, the movie.
We saw that shit in real fucking life in Thailand, Guam, fucking overseas.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Yeah.
You said South Park.
Yeah, well, South Park did something where fucking they had Winona Ryder doing a tennis ball thing or a ping pong ball thing in the cartoon. Right before Canada attacked and then Satan came and Saddam Hussein and all that other shit.
Making fun of Natalie Portman, open up a fucking portal and shit.
See, people, when we say free for all, this is what we mean.
It's whatever the hell comes to our mind.
We started with comic books. Now we're talking about fucking women putting chicken wings up their ass.
Oh, did I tell you, dude? Heidi bought me Hellblazer, John Constantine Hellblazer #1, the omnibus.
Omnibus.
So
Nice.
there's another one that comes out later on this year, and it's before the one that's, let me see, that one right there with Garth Ennis,
Mm-hmm.
or that one. So I'm going to have 3 of them in order to read later.
Speaking of comics, I did lose one in the divorce that I really was looking forward to.
Which
It's
one?
written by Keanu Reeves and somebody else. It's called The Berserker, and it was, dude, it was like this thick, and it was hard copy, like hardback. It looked amazing. I hadn't had a chance to read it yet, and I think she took it. It was like a $60 comic that I bought.
Dude, just read it. Actually, I've heard that his comic book is pretty good. I don't think it's that woke and gay and fucking stupid.
It's not, and that's what pisses me off is bought it, and now I don't get to read it because she fucking took it. And it was nice, dude. The artwork in it was amazing.
So you see that one right there? Hold on.
Get your bearings straight.
Right there. That is DC versus Marvel Omnibus.
Nice.
My wife just bought me the DC versus Marvel Omnibus Amalgamum Omnibus, where they have the combination of DC and Marvel combining characters together. It's totally cool. She's awesome.
This
And
is
then
gonna
she
be
makes
us.
me tacos and
See,
burritos.
this will be us when we hit this age right here
You sharing?
at Home Depot.
Oh, dude. No girl's gonna. I'm gonna be like, get the hell away from me, you crazy bitch.
I wish she gets it. Yeah, get on the. That's insane. That.
You know, they really do like a spank on the ass.
I know.
Do you know why?
Until you get divorced, then they'll try to use that in a divorce setting. Oh, he spanked my ass. Yeah. My ex-wife tried to put that in the paperwork, right? And my lawyer goes, really? She's using what you did in the bedroom? She goes, I like to be spanked in the ass too. You know? You know?
So
I didn't expect that reel to go that way, but that was really funny. I really like that one.
I get a lot of fucking things, desk scrolling, dudes scrolling around. I'm like, okay, this will work. This will be funny.
So my second divorce, the lawyer that, got to be careful. So my second divorce, my lawyer was a female, and I ended up hooking up with her during the divorce, and she liked to be spanked. She ended up writing off a bunch of my fucking stuff that I owed her, and I mean, she wrote off like $4,000 worth of shit. Yeah,
You know what you know what I've heard on A Reasonable Doubt? Female lawyers that are divorce lawyers are the best ones to get for that.
Yeah,
dude, she took
because they know all the bullshit that a woman will say and do.
We did a couple. She like paid for a massage, like a couple's massage and everything for us. Like it was pretty awesome.
Did I tell you guys about?
And she was cutthroat.
Did I tell you guys about the case where this guy said he was a divorce lawyer, and he was representing a girl that had to sign a prenup, and she signed it with her left hand, even though her right hand was dominant. Yeah. And because the people didn't think, go right with your right hand, bitch, she won the case and stole all his money.
I believe it.
You know what, though? You know what I love about social media, and women don't know this, or they may, and they may get mad. We're learning all of your tactics and procedures.
Yep.
We're learning everything because you said we're your enemy. So now the enemy's learning you. It's not gonna be too long before we know everything.
There you go, Rocky. Here's Noah for you. Yeah. What I was telling you about, the guy that always makes fun of the Navy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw this.
It's a cock ring. I know we only met last week, but I can tell this is Rob. Yeah, take your last name. Be my potato. We'll have the only successful marriage, and after I retire in 20 years, I'll support us on a six-figure salary, and logistics are right for you.
That's the
But
name
that guy,
of the fucking cock ring. That's great, dude. That's actually a compliment.
but that guy right there makes you just want to kick him in the nuts sometimes. I mean, I know it's a joke, but god damn. But
This
here's
one's
one
funny
that fucking
too.
Thumper said, right? When everyone
Hey,
made the stripper,
you got to do something about your volume though, because I can barely hear it.
dude, I can't do nothing. It's either fucking the videos are either high or low.
Huh.
My volume on this thing's
Weird.
all the way the fuck up. You know. Let's see if this one comes through.
Jones. What? Is she hot?
Can you hear
Barely.
Oh, it's gone, dude. It's gone. What happened?
Well, you said you can barely hear it, so I said, fuck it.
Send it to me.
Could you hear it, Rocky?
Send it to me on Facebook, and then I'll try and do it, okay?
Because all my shit's fucking turned up all the way.
Send it to me, bro. Just send it to me.
Oh, shit. Get right here. Copy link. Where the fucking Rocky at?
Shouldn't be that hard to find, dude.
I'll just send to both of y'all. Fuck it. It's coming in as a link, Rocky.
I'm clicking on it right now, bro.
Yeah, that's from Vet TV's where that's from.
I know. I think they're fucking hilarious, too.
Yeah.
I just wish their content was sometimes longer than what it is on their episodes.
Let's see.
Yeah, how many people from the Fifers married strippers? So when I just fucking said that, I was like, that's perfect right there.
I'm still
So I
trying.
know at least two that married strippers.
Strippers and hookers.
Well, didn't fucking Heinrich marry a hooker?
Heinrich?
Or was she a stripper?
No.
Heinrich was this big fucking dude that was like, his name was Etheridge Heinrich. He was like black and German. This dude was fucking strong as fuck. He was an HT too. He's a little crazy. He's a big dude. I remember him.
Heinrich was undesignated fireman when he got to the five.
Got married this weekend.
All right, I got it. You want me to share it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. This should be for all the guys. Don't go full retard. I gotta say it that way, dude. You have to. I'm sorry if it offends people, but they can go fuck themselves with their fucking fingers. There it is. I'm not going to apologize for the truth.
No.
All right, let me see if I can make this bigger. No, fuck. Hold on.
You can't make it bigger, Rocky. Just play it.
Hold on. Boom.
I mean, it's big enough on here.
All right, you guys see it?
That's what
We
she
did
said.
before.
What? Is she hot? Way out of his league. Yo, Crossan, get in here. Tell LT about Jones and his new wife. She's literally one of the hottest girls at the club. That's Corporal Jones. Guess you got married out telling us, huh? Yeah, yes, sir. You guys have a actual wedding or court wedding? Oh yeah, there was a court wedding, sir. It's on Facebook.
Oh my God.
I have lost you.
Nice young lady. You are not going to believe who got married this weekend. Jones. What? Is she hot?
That's the thing is
So,
like
so
been
in
ran through
reality, dude,
everybody.
I got to tell you this. In reality, I had someone I worked with, and this guy was a first class. He let everyone fuck his wife because
Yeah.
he wanted them to respect him. And all they did
But
was,
also, he probably got off. There's some guys that get off seeing their wife or girlfriend or whoever, right, getting
I,
railed by other dudes. Some
I,
people do get off on that.
I can't, I cannot understand that shit for whatever reason.
Well, you're
Because I
not
guess
meant to
I'm
understand.
normal and I don't give a fuck. I don't know because it's fucking wrong and no one's going to share what I got. I'm not sharing what I have.
But
Fuck you.
if they think something different, you're probably not meant to understand why they are attracted to that shit. You know,
They,
I
they
mean,
need, they need to be
look at
hit upside the head with a baseball bat with fucking barbed wire.
look at the fucking people, right? Whether it's a guy or a woman, right, that marries inanimate objects. You know, or this one woman, she married a fucking ghost, then divorced the motherfucker.
I know. You know what though? I
You know,
think it's all narcissism.
but we're not meant probably to understand why they do it. Because I don't give a fuck. If they want to marry a fucking wall or ghost, let them. Fuck it.
As long as they don't make me pay taxes for them. Anyways, I just cannot get behind that. Like I can't understand that. I'm like I could never share anything that would do that. It's either mine or it's everyone else's. And if it's not mine, I don't fucking want it. I
I
will
mean,
still
Lofty's
quit.
that some way, but there are also people too that are swingers out there, and that's their thing. Okay, have at it, people. You know,
So I've been in that lifestyle. Not a cuck, nothing like that. I'm not a cuck.
he's
Don't be a
getting
cuck.
you get pegged. You get pegged.
No, no, but I
So
can tell you,
stupid.
that like there are a lot of people that are cucks and stuff, and they get off on watching other people with their spouse and all that. There's different
Brett,
reasons.
I cannot do that. I cannot.
No, and
You
that's
don't.
not. That's the
Yeah,
thing is like
you don't have to do it.
there's different reasons that people do it, right? So knowing people in the different lifestyles that are out there, some get pleasure from their partner getting pleasure, whether it's from somebody else or them. Others, they have the voyeuristic fetish and they like to watch. Others are exhibitionists; they like to be watched. Um, there's swinging, which is everybody's participating and having fun with each other, and you don't have to worry about, oh, she did this, but I didn't get to do this or that or whatever, because it's all kind of laid out there. And then you have the poly, which is like polyamorous, where you each date separately or you date together, depending on your sexuality and everything. If one is bi, you could date the same sex or whatever. There's polyamorous that they date separately. Their relationships don't intertwine. There's all kinds of different relationships out there, and they all do it for different reasons. And I don't even try to figure out why they do it a lot of times. Like mine personally, like I grew up and I never was happy with just one girlfriend. It's just how it is.
Well,
So,
no guy would ever be like that because we want to spread our seed.
well, and the thing is like I want to have fun and experience different things. So, like a girlfriend, I might have a girlfriend that doesn't like to camp. Well, I find another girlfriend that likes to camp, and she has the other qualities too. So that's why like that kind of stuff happens. But there's a lot of difference, different ways that this stuff happens, and different reasons. But you'll never understand it.
Yeah.
So,
And when it comes to that, each to their own. You know,
yep,
just don't include me. Plain and
yep.
simple.
And that's the thing is like it's no different than people being gay. I don't give a shit if you're gay.
Yeah.
Just don't push it on me. It's the same thing. I'm the same way with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to fucking I don't know. You want to drive 70 miles an hour in a 35? I don't care. That's on you. Don't involve me.
Yeah.
So it's I don't that those kind of lifestyles, they've been around forever. There's
I mean, this ain't nothing new. The lifestyles is nothing new. The cheating, whether it's a man or a woman, is not new.
well, what's
And
crazy is people don't realize that especially on military bases,
yeah.
there used to be signals during World War II, during and after World War II, there used to be signals that wives would do to let people know that they were alone. Yeah. They would put like laundry detergent boxes in their windows and all kinds I mean, there was a lot, like pampas grass. A lot of people don't realize pampas grass that grows in the ditch that has the nice fluffy white on the top. Yeah. That was actually, if that was planted in your front yard, that was a symbol of swinging. Wearing a black wedding band on the right hand, that is a symbol of swinging. A wife wearing an anklet around her ankle, like a gold anklet or whatever, is a symbol of being a vixen, which means she can sleep with whoever she wants and her husband doesn't care. There's so many different things with lifestyle symbols, not just the upside down pineapple for swinging. There's a lot. And people see these symbols every day and they don't even realize it because it's such a it's out there everywhere.
I mean, it goes back even further in World War II. It goes back to like medieval times.
Yeah, absolutely. And Greek and everything, orgies and like BDSM. BDSM goes back to, especially it became more mainstream in after World War II, when the guys came back and they had all this pent up stress and everything, and they were sadists. They wanted to inflict some pain, and the wives were masochists, and they enjoyed it, and it turned into a big thing. And now they're referred to as the old guard in the BDSM lifestyle.
The oldest profession is prostitution. That's the oldest profession right there.
Yep.
It's
there, and I can educate a lot on different lifestyles because I've lived them. I've been involved in those lifestyles, and I never push it on anybody. But if people want to know, I can educate them and fucking teach them. Hell, you never know, they might fucking be into it.
I mean, hell, even the Amish cheat. They're supposed to be one of the most religious people out there, and they even cheat.
Yeah,
because I've seen that firsthand. Dropping off fucking shit at the Amish, get worked on, right? Guy wasn't there. Went around backseat by his home. His wife was getting nailed by the fucking neighbor.
Yep. And my thing is like, if you're both if you and your partner are in agreement of a lifestyle, say swinging or polyamorous or whatever, if you are both in agreement and you have boundaries set and those boundaries aren't crossed, I don't consider that cheating, because guess what? You're both informed. Cheating is a form of lying and deception. Yep. And if you're both informed and understand and have consented to it, then I don't think it's cheating. I think it's exploring and having fun, and that's different.
But everyone's different on that. Each to their own. All that.
But everybody's different. And if you can't handle that, then don't get into that lifestyle. That's my thing is if you can't handle hearing that or knowing that your partner did that and you did this. See, that's the thing too, is I see that a lot. Guys will be like, yeah, I want to be polyamorous or I want to swing. And then their wife talks about how they had fun, and then they get fucking jealous because now they didn't give her that fun and enjoyment. And it's like, look, dude, you signed up for this. Like, you can't get mad. It is what it is. Everybody's different, It's like, have fun.
I just want one woman. That's all I fucking want.
Well, that's it. One is a headache. Two is even more headache.
Well, just like the fucking Mormons. What's that guy that was always on TV, right? Had sister wives, right? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong? I want to know what that motherfucker did for a living to afford all that shit, first of all. I'm like,
well, and see, here's the thing is current polyamorous couples, they are actually in better positions than heterosexual monogamous relationships because they have multiple incomes. It's the way to go right now. When you have,
I'm not doing that because one woman can be a headache enough. You start adding 2 or 3 in there, Fuck that. They get pissed off at you at the same fucking time. You're fucked.
And see, my wife and I, my soon-to-be ex-wife, we dated the same woman at the same time. We had alone time with her, so like I would go over to her house and spend time with her, spend the night, and then my wife would go over there and spend the night. When I was working, they would spend time together, but we did all of the normal stuff. We went grocery shopping, we went furniture shopping, we went birthday shopping, we did all that stuff, and it was great. But the thing is it if you can't handle that kind of stuff, don't get involved because you're going to get jealous. And if you can't communicate properly and talk about it and get through that jealousy, then it's going to implode your fucking relationship, your main relationship. So, those kind of things, I've always navigated that very carefully with the different lifestyles that I've lived because I've been involved in BDSM, I've been involved in swinging, been involved in poly, open relationships. I mean, you name it, I've been involved in it. And I've been involved in it since 2006. And I mean, there's a lot that, I've seen a lot of relationships implode over it. And actually, my relationship with my current wife that's part of the problem. She doesn't want to be monogamous and work on our relationship. Even though I said we were only going to close it to work on our relationship, she didn't want to do that. So it is what it is. She wants to date other guys and sleep with other guys. Well, until our relationship is solid, it's not going to happen. And so I filed for divorce, And you got to make those decisions. You got to make those harsh decisions sometimes and make it happen.
Well, I would say since this is your third divorce, don't get married again. Or stick with one fucking woman.
Free for all.
Well, that's the thing is it wasn't a woman that ended my fucking relationship. Not an extra woman. It was extra men. And I said no, because we need to work on our relationship first. That's
what I'm saying. Just try to stick with one woman if you ever do get married.
Hey,
close the relationship.
I can handle 2 women at a time or 3 women at a time. I've done it.
I'm saying a closed relationship, no open marriage, because then you might want to bring another guy like this one did.
Fuck that, man. Just get 3 different AI robots with different fucking personalities and roll between them.
Dude, you know how expensive that would be?
All you have to do is choose the porn stars you like the best and then buy robots that look like them.
Exactly. No, that wouldn't be that expensive. Look how much it costs to be married or dating or fucking picking up hookers.
I'm going to tell you right now, it makes no sense for a man to get married, to get serious with a girl, or even have kids with them right now.
Well,
especially in the West.
I got a vasectomy for that reason.
Well, yeah. But what I'm saying is, this has been out since 2020. But now in 2025, guys are actually realizing like there's no reason to have a relationship. There's no reason to even date them. There's no reason to take them serious. And there's definitely no reason to have kids with them. Yeah. And don't live with them. Meet in hotels. There's no ownership in hotels. So they can't put you in a court of law and say, well, I had sex with them in a hotel. That was our home. No, it wasn't. Fuck nuts. But anyways, I know I walked into something. I left for a couple minutes to go potty and get some drink, but I think...
Or just get you a bipolar woman, right? And she gets mad if she tells you go fucking, talk to one of your other women, right? Then redial her fucking number, right? Say, can I speak to fucking... personality number 5,
works,
right?
Jay. You know how the bipolar woman works, right? If it's multiple personalities, it's the same chick but a different girl.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He'll recall his wife, right? Say, can I speak to personality number 5? Because the first one's being a bitch.
You got to tune in Tokyo some different way. I'm just playing. I just meant that as a funny joke. I'm not being...
Well,
I don't really...
Some women don't like that.
You do that to me know. If it works, I want to know.
Hold on. I got one for that. Hold on. Let me share this up for so Rocky can stop fucking saying sorry about him making jokes
when they're actually real and true. I know.
No.
I really don't feel that guilty. I just do it out of reflex, but I really don't mean it. So fuck you.
If you haven't seen this, here's
how arrogant are you to think that you deserve to go through life with no one ever saying anything that you don't agree with or like? I want people to stop saying that joke's offensive. Yeah. I want them to start saying I found it offensive. Because that's all it is. You're just telling me how you feel about it. Yeah. There's nothing intrinsically offensive about this joke. It's trying to make I'm offended sound important. Yeah. It's no different to saying I've got one in my leg. Yeah, but I believe you. Yeah, but there's nothing to do with me. Then they go, wow, yeah, you shouldn't hurt people's feelings. Well, you can if their feelings are wrong. Yeah, yeah. You know, if you don't like the facts, don't change the facts. Change the feelings. Yeah, you don't have to pave the jungle. Yeah, you just grow up there and have a laugh about it.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right, dude. Like,
I wish Gervais, man.
I wish we had the reach of like 1 million or 1 billion people and say, fuck you, I don't care about your feelings.
Well, it's starting to come back.
Here's the thing.
Know.
You say your feelings. That's the thing, is people forget the your. It's your feeling, not mine. It's not theirs. It's yours. You know, you got to fucking deal with it because it's yours. That's the thing, is people don't realize it.
But the other end of that is Brett, is fuck you, fuck your feelings. How about using common sense and logic?
Yeah. Yep.
That's what he says at the end, like facts. You can't change the facts because your feelings. Facts are facts. Like, sorry.
Yep. You change everything according to what the facts are, not everything else around the facts.
Yeah.
You know?
I just thought, that was great. It came up the other night and I was like, dude, I got to play this for Rocky. So whenever this goes out, like, people can just watch Ricky Gervais and say, go fuck yourself. Because that's basically what it is.
Which really surprises me that he's the one that says that.
Yeah, it's so strange because you think he'd be one of the sensitive ones that got all mad about that.
Yeah. I mean, I thought maybe he would be one of the woke, comedians, and he's actually not.
No, he's
crazy.
I actually have more respect for him than I ever would have because of that.
Yep. Same here.
Well, look, he called out the Oscars that one night.
That was great.
Take your fucking award. Thank fucking whoever you want to. Don't use this as a political standpoint and move the fuck on.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why we watch movies, not for fucking political, just a getaway from normal fucking day life.
I mean, who doesn't want to imagine they're as strong or as powerful and fast as Captain America or the Hulk or Thor or fucking the Punisher or whoever, right? It's like, yeah, we would like to be like those people. So quit fucking ruining it, you stupid fucking goddamn fucks from Disney. You stupid idiots that ruin fucking Star Wars and every Disney cartoon. You stupid fucks. Stupid fucking fucks.
Here's why the motherfuckers are going broke. Because motherfuckers stopped watching it just like when people stopped buying Bud Light. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, it's a culture war, and unfortunately that culture is 0.01%, and you're advocating for it. You think you're gonna swing fucking votes with that small of a fucking community? Like, no.
How do you think you're gonna swing votes when you constantly say men are bad?
It's because we are bad. We're badass motherfuckers.
Yeah, right? We're bad, and we're better, and we're the best.
I don't know about the best sometimes. There's some fucking gnarly ones out there.
Well, yeah, we're the best. I mean, you couldn't do any better than Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator unless it was me. And I was like, run to the chopper.
Fucking Carl Weathers is fucking Apollo Creed.
You can't be a Predator as Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, you can't.
Because you're going to be a little fucking Mexican midget compared to him.
You guys ever see the meme that says, men think marriage is worse than the movie Predator? The movie Predator is better than actually getting married and being married.
I think Coyote Ugly had it better with the chick saying, somebody so ugly laying next to you want to chew your fucking arm off to get away from him.
Well, that's when you see the makeup. That's when her makeup is off. And you see a completely different person. It's not the dude, it's the girl.
A fucking goddamn alien looking at you.
That's why before you take him out on a date, right? You want to see pictures with no fucking filter, no makeup on, and with wet hair, too. I mean, I had a welding teacher tell me that back in high school. You know?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He said, you'll know she's beautiful if she has no makeup on and she still looks good to you, wet hair with pulled back, with wet hair.
Yeah, that's why you live together. Like when me and Adrian were roommates when we first got together, I got to see her put her makeup on and off. So I already knew what she looked like.
And also look at the mother too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that does play out. Whatever the mother looks like, eventually the daughter might look just like that.
No, I can disagree with that one because my mother-in-law does not.
Well, I'm saying sometimes it does happen though.
No, I know what you're saying.
Especially if the mother is fat and the other one is a little chunky. Eventually, if she stops working and eating bonbons all day like fucking Peggy off from Married for Children, she's gonna blow up.
Hey man, Kathy Seagal is fucking hot.
Speaking of that, I got
what's fucking wrong with Al, man?
Speaking of fucking Married with Children, I got one for that one. There we go. You can never go wrong with fucking his clips, man.
No.
And if you can't hear it, just turn up your speaker, Stumper. Because my shit's all the way up.
So do I, but I see no reason to drag you into it.
There's nothing happening in our bedroom.
Well, Peg, if it's working, don't fix it.
I want sex.
I mean, that's spot on there.
Usually it's also on sex, though.
Well, sometimes not all married men want sex all the time. Sometimes they don't.
Sometimes I would never. I'll tell you this right now. I would never get married if I couldn't get laid.
Same here.
There's no way with my fucking libido, the testosterone that's in my fucking body. I don't care if I look like a fucking sumo wrestler. Go fuck yourself and eat a dick.
See, here's the thing on that, though,
Rocky. Not give that up. That's the whole reason why.
I can contradict on that like with my last marriage, right? Well, I cut her the fuck off because she always wanted me to initiate sex. I said, no, this is a two-way fucking street right here. I said, if you want it, because every time, there's been sometimes I tried to fucking initiate it. I'm not the man, I got a headache. Well, fuck you then. I'm going to jerk off myself then. Fuck you.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this story. And I don't think my wife will watch this.
But she does, she go kill you.
The one time that she does.
She came home from a night out, right? And I think I was ACDO or CDO in Gitmo. And I was really tired, right? Because those were long days and long. We stood CDO for about a week out there. And she came home and she attacked me. And every fucking fantasy that a man can get fulfilled in one time, that's what happened to me. And I got her pregnant with Kara, my daughter, my youngest child, right? My daughter.
It's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be a two-way fucking street, not a one-way fucking street. Initiated.
Yeah.
That's what I told her. I said, until you initiate it with me, I ain't fucking you.
You know what I tell my sons now? You know what I tell my sons? If she doesn't make it easy, she's not worth your time.
See, and the women don't like it when you turn tables on them. They don't like that shit.
Well, what I'm saying is, if the girl doesn't like you enough to kiss you and hug you and make love to you, then if you have to work for it, it's not even worth it. Don't.
And I'm going to share something about that. And this is for the gamers, right? Later. Here's another Al Bundy one. Y'all remember No Man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of ladies' night. But I have it in the kitchen cooking for a man. Yeah. Command 2. Don't put on a dress and ask us if it makes you look fat. We hate that. Besides, it's not the dress that makes you look fat. It's the fat that makes you look. Command 3. Don't ask us to talk or cuddle after sex. or before sex or during sex. We take our pants out.
You take your pants off? How do you get them over your shoes? It's a man's sport. Don't ask us to say I love you over the phone. It's hard enough to say it to someone we're paying $1 a minute to talk to. The man's 5. Stop talking about Fabio.
Yeah, well, he's long flowing blonde hair and 48-inch chest. We're the ones who should be talking about it. Anyway, those are our 5 demands. We had 5 more written down, but somebody couldn't blow his nose without a hanky. So, ladies, you've got 30 minutes.
Which, of course, is 2 hours in woman's time.
To address these demands.
I mean, you gotta love that right there. They're fucking stupid as hell. You know.
But I tell my son's friends all the time, if she does not make it easy for you, she doesn't like you. If you have to work really hard to get her, she don't like you from the beginning and she's using you. And I don't care if anyone gets fucking mad at that, they can go fuck themselves and look at themselves in the mirror and say, yeah, that's fucking true. Then they get mad and try to cancel me, but it doesn't matter because the idea is already out there and you can't kill ideas, fuck nuts. Anyways.
Well, and that goes back to what you're saying, Rocky. Like, you see these videos all the time of like women saying, oh, we're done. And then they're like, oh, I wanted him to fight for me. No, you told that motherfucker you were done. So he's like, all right, well, I'm out.
That's exactly what happened with my now soon-to-be ex-wife.
Well, it's the same thing with the 4B movement, dude. The 4B movement. I can't remember what the Korean says, but it's like no dating, no sex, no kissing, no loving, no talking to men. That's fine.
But
men will find someone else.
But the thing is, this is nothing new. It's just people are thinking it's new because it's all over the internet now.
Yeah. You know why?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's nothing new.
This shit happened before and they hid it from us.
No, they didn't hide it from us. We just didn't pay attention to it because there was no social media, none of that internet bullshit at all.
Maybe. But I think people knew about this crap before.
Oh, they did. I mean, remember I showed you the Scum Manifesto.
Who is the fucking Greek philosopher that said, believe not a woman's tears? Or do not believe a woman that is crying because she's only doing that to manipulate you and make you believe that she's actually sad when she's actually manipulating you.
Was it? Was it fucking Jeopardy?
Was it Aristotle?
Just fucking tell us.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought you did.
I thought you were saying business.
Right?
Okay. It's one of those guys, but if it's not, then it's fucking Rocky already. Don't believe a chick when she's fucking crying. She's trying to manipulate you. Actually watch what she actually does, not what she actually acts like.
Here's to all the ladies out there that's watching this.
It's Socrates, dude. Socrates, but it's Socrates. Socrates, man.
From fucking Bill and Ted. Yeah. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Yes.
Yeah. Socrates, man. Socrates.
All right, ladies out there. This is what men really want more of. Pay attention, ladies.
What is the equivalent for you that is flowers for a girl? Men, what is the equivalent?
I mean, plain and simple.
That is true.
Yeah. And I got one for the gamers out there too.
I had no idea on that, but we'll try and I'll try and fit it in somewhere else because it's so bad.
Oh, it will. Just give me a minute. But any lady out there bitching, any woman out there bitching that their man is always fucking playing fucking here, it ain't coming up. But go, Rocky. I'll let you go. What'd you guys say on that last one?
Hold on. I was gonna say. It was about head.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's this simple thing. Empty balls, full stomach, and peace.
And to the young men out there that's dating, like you start dating a woman, if she won't go down on you, you don't go down on her. That's a two-way street too. Play it simple.
That is actually true. I can't tell you how many stories from strong, successful men where the girl would never go down on the guy, and then the guy finds out she went down on everyone else but him. He breaks up.
That's my wife. That's my ex-wife.
That is what's happened. It's like if you're not willing to do for me what you did for everyone else, then why would I ever give my life and my dedication, my commitment to anything like that?
Yep. I that was one of the things I brought up. I'm like, fuck you,
See, and here's what I think is what's wrong with some of this fucking population today, especially fucking teenage boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
They won't listen to what their fucking parents are telling them, so they get online and they listen to these guys telling them the same fucking bullshit. No, kids, listen to your fucking parents. You don't need the fucking YouTube to tell you what to do when it comes to women. You're going to have to learn the hard way like we did, too. Yep. And listen to your parents when they fucking tell you something. I'm not against like strong, successful male shit, right? I'm not. But you know what? Kids don't need that shit if they listen to their fucking parents, especially dads.
The problem is, bro, is most of the men our age don't know this.
Well,
they don't know.
That's their own goddamn fault.
No, they live in this life where they think that happy wife, happy life is actually real, and it's not real. It's like if you make your wife happy, she thinks she can walk all over you and dominate you, and then at the end she's mad because she won't be put in her place. And it's really weird that a woman wants to be put in check and put in place. She wants to know there's boundaries because deep down inside, she really wants to know that a man actually cares about her that much to do that.
But if they're our age, Rocky, they're our age and don't know that by now, then fuck them.
Yeah, I know. And what's happening is all these girls are finding out like they're our age and a little bit lower, around 24, 25. I don't know what generation that is. They're all finding out that guys don't want girls that actually act like you. That's why the whole Megyn Kelly thing happened, right? She's like, I don't understand why guys don't want female bitch bosses or bad babes or whatever they call them. It's like, do you really think we're going to compete with you? All we have to do is push you down with 2 fingers and smash your head. You can't compete.
See, here's the thing. You don't need to argue with those type of women. You just leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
Leave the fuck alone. And then you keep searching for the one you fucking want. I'm getting ready to play something here. This is the type of woman that every young man needs to fucking, I think, needs to be like go after right here.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. So I can call this fake shit out too. Fucking chameleon.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's so sad when you know a chameleon, right? I know, little Tate. I know. It's fucking sad.
Okay, fine. Go sit down.
You got to share it, homie.
Oh, come on.
He went
retard. Never go full retard.
Go sit down right now. What do you want for lunch?
Fucking skit, and she's wearing fucking sleeve tattoos. I'm already done with that video. Moving on.
Girl that has tattoos like that, they can't make decisions that are fucking normal and sane.
And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with tattoos, but when there's multiple men in their lives and they've got tattoos like that on their neck, face, sleeves, fingers, it's already red flags, man.
It is. A lot of girls with tattoos like that are a red flag because it means they cannot make sane decisions.
Well, you got to look at those tattoos too. If there's any guy's name on there that's not fucking brother, husband, or not husband, but like, grandpa, whatever, right? Yeah, then that's a red flag.
Well, and I think it's more of like being seen. I'm still like that old prude motherfucker. I like women with tattoos, but when they're out, they're unprofessional. And then you start really looking at what they have tattooed on them, and you're like, spirituality and the quotes and empowering quotes and shit like that.
But I'm saying the thing of that video was, if you want fucking, that's the type of woman that every man should want right there. You know, don't want you in the kitchen. They do the cooking, right?
Man, fuck that. I'm staying in the kitchen because I like fucking cooking.
You know, I like cooking too. But you know, if I'm with somebody, if they want to do the inside part, I'm doing the grilling part. Smoking, because that's one of the first things I look at. You know, you want to taste their food. If it's great food, right? Okay, they can help you do the cooking. You know, on the inside part. But I will never let a woman touch smokers, the fish fryer, nothing. That's my domain right there.
No, my wife says that shit too. She won't touch anything outside.
Yeah.
Not that she couldn't. She just doesn't want to because she doesn't want to do it. And I love doing it. And you're right. Like, that's the way that it is. Like, I was going to go out fishing on Saturday and we were going to do burgers. And I was like, I don't know if I'll be home in time. And she's like, well, I ain't fucking grilling out anything. I'll do it in the skillet. You know,
they ain't nothing wrong with fucking skillet fried burger.
No. But we were going to do grilled hamburgers.
Oh, yeah.
That was the thing.
Yeah. Are you guys talking about tattoos with girls still?
What about it?
Can. What do you got?
Are you guys still talking about that? Did I?
We're talking about cooking and duties and stuff like
that. What do you got on girls with tattoos, Rocky? Let's hear it.
Okay. I don't think there's girls that look good with tattoos, and they're very sexy, but they still have these issues that are not conducive or good for men. So I would be like, okay, if you don't know Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Matthew, Romans, Corinthians, and Ephesians, and Colossians and Revelation, then Isaiah and Daniel also, then maybe you don't know that tattoos are not the best. Because they portray this thing where you have a bad decision-making process. And this does not only go for women, it goes for men.
That's what I was getting ready to say. It goes for men too, if you're going to use that logic.
I tell my son, he's 15, you stupid idiot, you don't make good decisions, you dumbass idiot. And I rip them apart every day. And it's tough because I go Chief already on him, and I'm dad, right? But I still go I go that hard into it, right? But it's that foundation. You got Genesis, Exodus, and Leviticus. You got the origins, the way they became, and then the law, how they're supposed to live, right? So then you have Isaiah, which gives a breakdown from Genesis 1 to Revelation in his book.
Man, I'm gonna simplify for you right now. Yeah. The great late James Earl Jones doing the play of Fences. This is a little short clip, and this is the way that it should be. This is about a minute long.
Dude, I have no problem. If it can summarize what I say, good.
And Denzel Washington did this too. So, but this is the actual stage play.
What law? I got the right. Do you want to stand up in my face and ask me some damn fool and question like that? Fuck my life and somebody. When I'm talking to you, don't you eat every day? Yeah, as long as you live in my house, you put a certain only thing that when you come to the yes, sir. You eat every day, yes, sir. Gonna go on your dad, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Why do you think that is? Because you like me, because I like you. It's the biggest food I ever saw. It is my job. It is my responsibility. You understand that? I mean, you got to take care of this family. Because you are my son, you are my husband, because I like you. It is my duty to take care of you. A responsibility. How arrogant are you?
Oh, shit.
You deserve to go through life with no one ever saying anything that you don't agree with or like. I want people to stop saying.
You know, though, like what he said is, it's all true, dude. I love James Earl Jones. And when I saw him in Conan the Barbarian, when he was the fucking villain that turned into
When he
the
plays Set
oh
or
my
False of
God.
Doom.
I was like, this dude has dude, he's got the ability to be a fucking snake, dude. Because of his eyes, right? But dude, the guy was just a great actor.
Yeah. I just like going back to the fact because that's what it talks about. People forget that men make that promise and women forget that that's the promise that's being made that's unspoken.
Yeah.
Like
And
if you go out and speak it, it doesn't mean anything.
I think that men should start holding women accountable to their word. Like they hold us.
And they do. And when they do, fucking Rocky, that's when divorces happen too, because women don't want to be held accountable. Some women
Exactly.
don't.
So what the point is if they're not able to keep the word and they're not willing to do it, they're not worthy to be a wife. They're not worthy to be a girlfriend. They're not worthy for any of that stuff. And I know it sounds harsh and I know it sounds mean, but I'm not going to apologize for that. But it's like
No,
if
Keanu Reeves said that.
If I'm going to be put on the line for all this stuff to make your life better, why can't I get something back in return? Fuck you, Tommy Lahren and Megan, whatever her face is. What's her name?
Maggie Kelly.
She's a pretty blonde. I think she's Nicole Simpson.
Maggie Kelly.
Yeah. Fuck you, motherfuckers.
But see, the thing is, Rocky, here's how you fucking get them off the air, right?
So
don't watch them. Play simple. And if they get off there, they don't have a platform for that shit no more.
The crazy thing was, I watched that video, right? And they're like, well, we need a strong female voice. No, we don't. We don't need a female voice. We need a woman that supports men on doing what's morally fucking right.
Where is?
And so it's like your voice is not as strong as your actions will ever be.
Yeah, I'll share that one for you. This is the last one I'm sharing, but it goes along the lines of what you're saying. And what needs to be remembered is this right here.
There are 7 billion people. So when one of them behaves badly toward you, he's actually doing a great favor because he's saving you time. He's telling you that he's not worth your while. He's free to say, thank you for the information. And we'll now move on to the 6,999,999 other people. Some of them may have some value.
That right there. You don't have to settle. Like if it's bad, it's bad. It doesn't go that goes across the board. Men, women, men, across everything. If they're not right, you can move on. There's no reason not to move on.
And that's what's being lost in this fucking day and age now, especially with these fucking young kids coming up.
Yeah.
No. They're going to go through fucking heartbreak.
Isn't it insane that in high school we knew the difference between good and bad, and now 20, 30 years later, we don't know it?
It's blurred the lines.
It's fucking crazy, isn't it?
But the thing is, there's more fish out in the fucking sea, whether it's for men or women.
What was that website? Plenty of Fish?
But, that's what's lost in this young fucking culture today, right? They think their life is over because their relationship fucking failed or their marriage failed. No, it ain't. Fucking suck it up and go find a new one. Take time for yourself, right? When you're ready, then start looking again. I mean, simple as that. That's what people fucking forget.
Yeah, and I think that's in the book too. Like, people will reveal themselves. They will leech off of you. They'll take power from you. And that goes across the board. There's no way around that. That it is equal. That's equality as it gets. People will leech off of people, and you have to be able to recognize it. That could be your best friend, could be fucking neighbor, girlfriend, wife, boyfriend, whatever the fuck you pick.
Like around here, I've seen fucking guys leech off fucking women. I'll see that. And I'll see women leech off men too.
I got a good friend. His mom was getting leeched on by a guy for years. Like he was taking her Social Security and all kinds of shit. And they finally was able to nail everything down and was able to cut this dude out. But he was a fucking parasite. So parasites come in every shape, fucking size, and color.
Yeah. Kind of like a dog. They're kind of a parasite too. Fucking bugs.
Yeah, but they'll love you unconditionally as long as you love them back.
Unlike a cat, cat don't give a fuck about you that time.
Like we said, they're the first ones to fucking eat you when you die.
I can attest to that.
I know, with you being a medical examiner.
Rocky, don't die on your cats. Don't die alone in the house with your cats.
Dogs will literally wait until the last minute that they have to eat you to survive. Cats will eat you before they eat anything else. And I've seen it. Legit.
Like you won't even be cold yet and they're already eating you.
No, they actually prefer you warm, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, this is why, I'm getting ready to share, this is why everybody needs a doorbell camera.
God damn, he's in there.
What is wrong with people, man?
This is why everybody needs fucking doorbell cameras. I'm serious, man.
That's bad, dude. That's bad.
That is bad.
I mean, what the fuck was he? You got a piece of cord stuck in his ass?
I don't know, man. Did he have like a peppermint stuck up there or something? I don't know. He's
man.
old, so.
Or it was the gerbil they stuck up there probably trying to come.
And the thing is like he didn't do that on purpose for clicks. Like he just got caught with it doing it normal shit. You know,
I'm hoping because I got a doorbell camera. I'm hoping I can catch somebody doing that one of these days.
I got one too. I'm waiting.
It's stuff because
what's a fact that we can learn today, boys?
Don't pick your ass in front of a fucking doorbell.
No.
Oh, Rocky's in retard, but he's in full retard mode right now.
The hair that's fucking with him right now.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, he's froze. His hair that's fucking going in and out.
Yeah.
He's about dead.
Kind of like yours was a little Tate when yours just said, fuck it, you're off here.
Yeah, mine just dumps me off. It's like, fuck off. I ain't even playing anymore. You're done. See ya.
Mine just, it only dies when because of the battery.
Well, Rocky was saying, what did we learn today? So I'm not sure where he's going with that.
Well, what is it, Rocky? What did we learn today? Hello, Rocky.
Doesn't work that well.
Earth to Rocky.
Fucking internet right now.
He's talking, but his screen.
Oh, it's speeding back up to try to catch up.
That reminds me. You remember the old kung fu movies, right?
Yeah. Words are off from everything. Holy shit.
What's like?
Some of those are the best movies ever, too, man. Those are really good fighting flicks, man.
But like one of Val Kilmer's last movies, right before Top Gun Maverick, I started watching it, but dude, they fucking used AI and dubbed his voice. It was like watching a kung fu fucking flick. And nothing matched up. With the mouth movement and all that shit.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn.
Well, I think I can agree with Rocky. I go from there is that I know that we learned that everybody's interaction with the entire world, people, marriages, women, men, like Keanu said, if they show themselves, they're going to show themselves very quickly. Now, it may not happen right off the bat, but you're going to notice stuff throughout when you really pay attention. That's what you got. Don't blind yourself to the red flags and say, oh, well, that's going to be okay. Because we all run into that shit. Every one of us has a fucking red flag. And if you don't, I want to see you walk on fucking water, and I'll come pray to you.
Exactly. But here's the caveat. Stop denying you're perfect. Stop denying you're the center of the fucking universe. Stop denying that you should be worshipped, because if you think you should be worshipped, like we see a bunch of chicks on TikTok, guess what you deserve, bitch? You deserve hell. It's called blasphemy, fuck face.
And I'll make it
Seen
easy
a
for
lot
everybody
of
out there for religion. There is 2 sins. Fuck the 7, whatever. It's pride and lust. Those 2 lead to everything that ends. So if you think about what you do with pride and what you do with lust, and lust doesn't have to be a sexual counterpart. You lust after money. You know, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor. You lust fucking for what they have. So don't get twisted with lust as being just sexual in nature.
Oh, it's, you know what? It is sexual in nature, but it's most likely not to, because it's about money, power, and fame.
Yep. And that's your pride coming into play.
And everyone froze. It's crazy.
Yeah, I
think Rocky's dying. His battery's dying on him.
Dude, I have it plugged in. It's like, it's so weird. Everything's freezing right now.
I think you need to get the hamster fucking going faster.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to get him on that wheel, man, running.
The hamster might be so it's a little offended right now.
Well, kick everybody else off the internet.
Yeah. My brother can show you how to prioritize who's using the internet, and you can take it from anybody. And you be the one main source, and then everybody is the offshoot.
Yeah.
That's what we should do. Make everybody watch us now. From now on, let's do it. They have to listen to the Fifers.
I have no idea where he's in the conversation at.
No, either. So this one is going to trigger us a little bit.
Oh, God damn. That's what I'm talking about.
We all remember that. We all remember that well.
You know, they had to change the name of that from the gas chamber to the confidence chamber.
Why? Yeah. Why?
Because it was too offensive.
How the fuck is a gas chamber offensive today? How the fuck?
You know, you could ask a bunch of Jews that, but I mean,
yeah, right.
Well, speaking of Jews, a lot of the Jews brought that shit on to themselves too. You know, they really did.
Yeah, they were selling each other out. So
yeah.
So
and they're the ones that did the first trans surgery and all that bullshit. They're Germany.
Yeah.
I set up a group of sailors to go through it, and I was like, "Yeah, I need to set up a time to run these sailors through the gas chamber." And they're like, "Oh, hold on, petty officer, it's the confidence chamber now." And I'm like, "Shut the fuck up! Are you kidding me?"
What the
Sure
fuck?
enough, right on the fucking door it said confidence chamber, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Dude, they did that to the obstacle course too. They called it the confidence course.
I'm like, what the fuck is this confidence bullshit?
What the fuck did they rename the pool? Fuck.
So
fucking death.
Stupid.
I mean,
it's so dumb. I'm just like, you guys are fucking idiots.
Well,
this is why they need us in charge of the fucking Navy.
Well, and they got rid of fucking battle stations where you physically had to do things. Turn it into a one night on a fucking Disney ship.
Disney owns that ship now. And the whole agreement was Disney, the Navy can use it anytime, but Disney can film their movies on it. So that's what they're doing with it. And I mean, I guess it's more realistic, I guess. Like, so when I was recruiting, that's when they opened it. So I was like telling people old school, you know, like battle stations, you know, where you run from one end of the base to the other and back and forth and all this shit all night, and then you get your breakfast. Well, now they stand watches on a ship, and they go through all the evolutions on one ship. And so, like the Marlin Spike, it's like the Marlin Spike, but like souped up. It has dummies that scream and shake and yell and all this stuff, and it's actually pretty cool. It's just it's all in one spot, so it's not as physical, but it's more mental. Because I've had recruits come back when I was a recruiter. They came back to see me after they went through boot camp and graduated and all that, and they're like, "Yeah, that shit's like real. Like it freaked them out." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, I guess I could see that, but yeah, it's not as physical as it used to be."
And you need that physicality part in there.
Well, I mean, the Navy's always been, so they've been throwing around that whole, what's the farthest you have to run on a ship? It depends on your command, right? It depends on, are you on a destroyer like a DD or a DDG where you have 575 feet long, or is it a carrier, where you're going to run, 2,000 fucking feet, or, are you on shore command? So it's not like the Army and the fucking Marines where they could run fucking 2, 3, 4 miles, or hike it at least,
But you still got to be in shape.
You got to
still got to be in shape. You still got to be, you still got to be fucking strong, especially down the fucking engineering rates. Do that job. You got to have some fucking strength to you.
And that's where it's coming into, like, are they really being trained? So, the Navy changed the way they recruit. So when I was recruiting, the minimum is, 32 for the ASVAB or whatever it is for all services, right?
That's what the minimum always was for Navy, was fucking 32. Right.
But here's the thing. The Navy, while I was recruiting, they said they would not accept anybody under a 55. So they're actually looking at smarter, and maybe not as physical, because the ships are getting smarter, right? You go from a DD to a DDG, you have less crew on a DDG because the ship is smarter. It has cameras and it has all this stuff, right? And it actually does more. Like you said, you could transfer fuel from the oil lab, whereas on a DD, you could not, so you need more people.
But I'm going to blow that fucking argument up with the Navy 1 at 55, right? That's bullshit. Because just because you can take a fucking test doesn't mean you can do the fucking job.
Well, here's the thing. I don't make those rules. I just had to.
I know, but I'm saying that's the stupidest thing I ever heard, because some of your best people in the Navy score below a 40.
Well, here's the thing. When I was a recruiter for the Army, I got an email or a text message one morning at 4:30 in the morning from a master sergeant, said, "Hey, get into your office. They just opened Cat 4s. Cat 4s is anything below a fucking 32. I literally ran to my office because they had 14 open for the entire country. I put a guy in. I drove him to MEPS that morning. We were on the road by 5:15. I got him into MEPS in time. That kid scored a fucking 7 on the ASVAB, and they put him in the fucking Army.
Because sometimes that ASVAB does not fucking, because when you ASVAB, right? Some kids never took fucking trig. That's all the ASVAB, or it was when I took it. Trig was all there. And some kids, you don't need to know fucking trig at all.
Yeah, but I don't want to be next to a guy that has a 7 on the ASVAB in the middle of fucking Iraq either.
But just because they score 7 doesn't mean that they're fucking going to be a shitbag fucking soldier or sailor.
Well,
because
the ones I saw were.
Because every push button, right? 6YO. Those motherfuckers, not everyone, but some of them, those motherfuckers take tests, but they couldn't do the fucking job. Plain and simple.
Well, yeah, and I'm not saying everybody that scored over a 55, but they did get placed in jobs that they actually did better in, and the Navy is looking for people that are more intelligent, that can handle the electronics and all the other stuff
and that electronic shit it don't mean shit like a DDG, right? I mean, fuck. That's the easiest shit to fucking run. Right there.
Well, I'm talking about it's more for like combat systems and all that stuff,
They always, to be an FC, right? You always had to score high on the ASVAB, be an FC.
Yeah.
You did. So, and it was not fucking broken. It should have never been fucking changed, since it was never broke. Well, I'm saying.
It was, and it is what it is,
Well, and that's about the time frame they started requiring fucking people to have fucking bachelor's degree just to make E7.
Pretty much.
Because to make chief and all that, you don't need a fucking bachelor's degree to make fucking chief.
No.
And look at some of the fucking officers they are the dumbest motherfuckers, the ones that went to college. Some of them are.
Yeah.
You know, just because you got a degree, people don't mean you're the brightest or best out there in that fucking job. Because you look at somebody like me and Lil Tate, all of us, right? We all had vocational fucking skills in high school. I know I did. You know, we could do the job better than somebody that went to fucking college, you know, or had A school for it. I didn't have A school. You didn't have one. Lil Tate didn't have one. You know,
nope, I was undesignated.
I was too. And we all fucking made rank in the Navy. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I get they want the smarter warfighter because, you know, ESWAS and everything else, learning the job above you and all that. I get that, you know.
Just because you get ESWAS doesn't mean you're fucking smart.
No, you're right on that too.
You know,
I mean, it doesn't. That point, but
I never did ESWAS, right? Because I didn't care for it, right? Because back then it wasn't required at all. You know, it wasn't a requirement. You know, I was one of the guys they sent down to Laboon, down the engine room, and the oil lab to teach these fucking topsiders about the engine room and all that shit.
Yeah, and see, I got ESWAS qualified, so you know, I
just didn't care about getting qualified. I'm like, I said, I don't need to know fucking FC what FC does, right? I know what the fuck they do. Why the hell I need to know everything? I need to know my fucking job, and that's it. You know. I mean, you still get qualified with all the fucking guns as gunners mates do. You know, so
yeah.
I mean, hell, I was qualified fucking pistol, rifle. You know, shotgun. You know, 50 cal.
Yeah, I mean, I got all that stuff too, and then like, but that was a requirement that the Navy did. They went through, and I mean, even though the minimum requirement was 32, they wouldn't allow anybody in under 55, pretty much. It was rare. Stupid. I mean, they would let people in,
and they wonder why the recruiting has been down ever since then too.
Well, I mean, yes, for the Navy, but not near as much as the other branches.
No, I'm saying, but like take the Air Force, for example, right? The Air Force, you always had to score fucking great in the Air Force to get in there. That's always been the thing. You know, sounds like the Navy was trying to be like the Air Force. Fuck that, because the Air Force is a bunch of the biggest fucking pussies out there.
Yeah, and I don't know. They've I don't know if in the last few years they've changed it or not. That's something that if somebody knows that, they can message on our on this. Because I've been out of it for a little while, you know. I don't know, but I do know that when I was a recruiter, that was the requirement. So maybe we can see if that's been changed, you know.
See, I want to fucking see. I would take a farm boy over, or somebody worked in construction, right, farm, right, whatever, right, over some motherfucker in college. I would any day of the week to do the engineering jobs, right. I would. You know, because they know how to fucking fix shit. I mean, look how many people on the Fifers that come in, right? Not all of them, but some of them, they weren't very good on fucking mechanical side. You know? I mean, Hugel was one of them. You know? I mean, yeah, we had guys that didn't want to get qualified. But they could have, they just didn't want to.
Yeah.
Shit. But fuck, I'll take anybody that has vocational, VOTEC education over college any day. You know, that's like my brother, right? He does computer shit, right? You know, and he doesn't even have an degree in engineering. His degree is in fucking business. Yeah. But he's been doing a job long enough to where they just wanted him to have a degree. That was it. It didn't matter what the fuck was in it for. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
see, that's like when I came in and when I was getting fucking recruited, right? First, I had the Army try to recruit me, right? And then Army and the Jarheads before Navy even tried, right? And the Army and the Marines are like, well, we can bring you in as a welder since you're already getting ready to graduate, you know, because I was getting ready to graduate from VOTEC, but I also had certification that works out in the real world, not just what VOTEC taught me, right? we actually was AWS certified. You know, some of us did that, took the test for it. And they're like, well, we could do this for you. I was like, put it in writing, motherfucker. Both of them. You know, both recruiters. They're like, no, we can't do that. I said, no, you will, or fuck you. And then they hey, he all around us, and we're done. You know, I did that twice. Once with the Army, once with the Jarheads, right? Jarheads wanted me fucking because I was fit and all that. You know, plays Army did too. I said, no, I'm not going to fucking join if you can't put down what I told you in writing, right? Guaranteed in writing that I'll be a welder. Then I ain't fucking doing it. And then, because my welding teacher, he was in the Navy during Vietnam, right? And I wasn't thinking about the Navy, right? He said, he pulled me aside. He said, Gilly, he said, you ever thought about the Navy? I said, no, not really. Because I was so focused on baseball, right? Because that was my senior year. My last year was coming up. You know, my last season of baseball was coming up March, right?
Yeah.
And no, so he had the Navy recruiter come up, right? You know, talk to me, right? And first thing is, which I already knew it too. He said, he said, I'm not gonna guarantee you nothing. He said, let's look at your score, right? Do your ASVAB right and all that bullshit. I said, okay, that's fine. Yeah. Had to take the test right, blah, blah, blah. You know, he said, then we go to BEPS, see what you qualify for, right? He said, what do you want to do? I said, I really don't know what I want to do if I go to Navy, you know, different jobs and all that. See, I was supposed to I would have actually in boot camp as undesignated seaman, you know, but I switched over in boot camp when they allow you to switch, right? So I was like, okay, engine room sounds pretty cool. I'm gonna switch over to undesignated fireman. You know, but if I wouldn't see, I joined. My parents had to sign for me to join because I was only 17. You know, and then I didn't know this. If I would have known this, that this was gonna happen, I would never join the fucking Navy. See, my senior year for baseball last season, fucking had the Braves looking at me, some colleges looking at me, right? The fucking dad, there was one game on Saturday. My dad was talking to this fucking scout, which I knew who the scout was. Him and dad was talking, and here comes the Navy recruiter, right? He goes, your ass, he said, you can look at him all you want to. Come June, his ass is mine, right? And that scout left. And dad never told me. If dad would have told me, he knew I would never fucking join the Navy. But when dad told me when I came back from boot camp. You know, dad told me, yeah, the scout was talking to me because you had not turned 18 yet. You know, so about signing you after high school, you know, right when you graduate, you know, for minor leagues and stuff. And I was like, fuck it. I was pissed at dad for a long time, but that was the best thing that ever happened to me was being to fucking go to Navy. You know, see the world and shit like that. What happened to everybody? Did you get your internet worked out? Rocky.
Yeah, I'm fine, dude.
Did you get your internet worked out?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I think that Thumper jumped off and I think Little
Tate's he's cooking, remember?
Oh yeah.
He's cooking. Huh?
I'm back. I had to go handle some stuff with my son. Sorry, boys.
Now, do you have what kind of internet you have? Cable or fiber?
Cable.
You don't have fiber out there, do you?
We do, but it's not like what you would think.
Because I finally got fiber here. It's fucking 10 times faster than the fucking cable one was. You know.
Where'd Thumper go? You go home?
I don't know.
Take his ball and go home? Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Yeah, I mean that was the most stupidest thing that Navy fucking ever did, trying to tell people they can't come in under a 55 hazmat. You know.
Yeah, I was dumb as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. I know I didn't score. I scored in the 40s, so I know I didn't score 55. They would have that shit, you know.
I had to have a 51 with a GED when I joined.
Well, you had a GED though. You didn't graduate high school though. That's different. But they do that.
I still think that's bullshit too, because when you get your GED, you're scored against the high school, that year of high school students, and I scored 88% higher than the fucking kids.
Well, the GED is actually harder to get than a diploma.
Why did they make you a GS and not like a fucking nuke, bro?
Oh, I didn't have the nuke spot. So I found out later on for PTS, I think we talked about it, when they actually gave me the rates that I qualified for, which was like IT, IS, fucking you name it, dude. I had like a fucking list of fucking rates I could have went into.
All of those rates are 6-figure income rates, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just decided to stay GS because I enjoy being an engineer.
Well, technically, you wasn't a GS. You was undesignated.
Hey, dude, and there's nothing wrong with being a fucking engineer.
No.
Okay.
They are still, I'll tell you this, out of every branch of the Navy, I don't care if they're special forces or not, the toughest motherfuckers that you'll never want to meet in a back alley is an engineer.
Yeah. And also,
I don't know about nowadays, but
back in our day, back when we were what we were, no.
But the fucking like GSM, any engineering rate can lead to a 6-figure income. It can, but you got to be willing to do those jobs like power plant shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
most people, they don't want to do those power plant jobs because it's dirty, right?
It's hard work.
Actually, a fucking coal plant I worked at wasn't that much harder than being on the five,
Right.
I mean, you got a couple of different systems like coal systems that are out there that you got to learn.
Yeah.
Can you imagine nowadays, bro? Can you guys imagine nowadays, my brothers, that being on the USS Fife would be the hardest thing you ever did?
No.
It's completely easy and simple right now, right? Like, stand watch, get food, exercise when you can, sleep when you can,
travel,
and watch again,
and see the world.
It's so easy.
Yep.
I mean, but the thing is, like with GS, right? When you get out, if you take your AM/PM classes, right, to work on aircraft, you can do that too. I mean, as an engineer, if you go through firefighting school, like for fucking planes, right? Helos, you could actually get on at the fucking airport firefighting if they got an opening. And it can also qualify you quicker if you want to go like traditional firefighting, right? I mean, you get into the academy. I mean, just like the academy we went to out there in Washington State, one of the best ones in the fucking nation.
The Trident facility.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was such a fun time, dude. I remember firefighting that. I had a lot of fun during that.
Mayport has a good one too. It's fun. I took a bunch of engineers through that down there.
Now, I did like the Helo one for in Norfolk, or not Norfolk, but I think, so I don't remember if it was in Norfolk or whatever, somewhere around there, right? I like that one. That was a pretty good one.
Yeah, Norfolk is where I took everybody through the confidence chamber, the gas chamber, was in Norfolk. And then
well, they don't do that
Huh?
They don't do that boot camp no more?
Yeah, they do. It was a refresher. I set up training. They loved it. They really didn't. But it's my sadistic side, I guess. And
the propane trainer is a fucking joke, man.
Yeah. And Mayport has a good firefighter training facility as well. Pensacola does for aviation. That's a fun one if you ever get a chance to see that. Go down there. I don't if you guys never been to Pensacola, they do have a Air and Space Museum down there. It's humongous, and you can go in for free. It's free for military and veterans, and it is freaking amazing. They've got so it's the home of the Blue Angels, and they have all of the jets that they use, the different styles, hanging in the ceiling, and they got space capsule. They have actually a superstructure there. They've got outdoor, acres of planes. It's super cool to go see if you ever get a chance. But they have a firefighting school down there for aviation. And it's cool to go watch and see how they actually train down there for that. So that's something to always keep in mind too.
But I just looked up the ASVAB score. It's 31 now, that the minimum for Navy.
I can tie knots.
That's what it is now. Which I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, because some of the best fucking people scored low.
Yeah, like I said, the Navy stopped bringing in people under a 55.
Yeah,
that's their preference. They want smarter people, so they equivalent that to the equivalency of 55 or higher. Those are the rates that they're bringing in. They're not bringing in the rates that you could have a 31, 32, 33, 40. So,
well, technically, you go in and undesignated. You don't have to have a rate. You can pick your own rate after you come in undesignated.
That's bullshit. We all know that.
Going in with no rate is the
actually you can. It just depends on your command how hard they want to make it on you.
They make it fucking impossible. Rocky just said the same thing. I knew the requirements to get out of there, because you had to do your fucking course books on your off time to get out of the fucking engine rooms, because that's immediately where you went, was the engine rooms.
Ask me how many undesignated I put into the Navy while I was a recruiter.
How many?
0.
That's what I would do too, because I couldn't live with myself if I did that to people.
Well, here's the thing. They weren't even offering it. That's the thing, is that the undesignated was kind of going away. They were pushing away from the undesignated and moving towards rating everybody at MEPS. And that's why they said 55 or higher, because they want to rate people faster and into the more higher jobs in the Navy. So I literally put 0 in for any undesignated. Airmen, seamen, firemen, none.
See, no, I don't agree with that at all. Because
I agree with that 100%, because then the numbers fill out for what active duty is. If I put in 5 GSs, but I put 5 undesignated firemen, then who do I know where they're going to go?
Yeah, your numbers are skewed. So your man force numbers are truer because they are rated. So you can say we have 765 GSs in the Navy. X amount are M's and this amount are E's. And then you have HTs, DCs, MMs, blah, blah, blah. And they can count it, and they can actually see where their workforce is and how they stack up to the needs. And they're also getting people that can learn and do ESWAS and the air warfare and subsurface and all that pins, because they scored higher, so they're adaptable to other jobs and all that. That's how
no. That's the biggest bullshit excuse I've ever fucking heard. I don't care how many people get fucking mad on it. Because how many people went up Thursday with us, right? Got their fucking ESWAS that didn't score 60 or higher or 50
I'm not
or
saying
higher.
they can't. I'm not saying they can't, but it is true that if you score higher on the ASVAB, you're more adaptable to other jobs.
Okay, if that's the fucking truth right there, right? I would have never fucking made top increment as a fucking GSM2 when it was getting closed up either.
I made first increment too as a GSM.
And I was scoring in the 40s. I didn't score no fucking 50.
But here's the thing. You're thinking locally, one person or two people. Think Navy-wide. You got Swansons out there, dude. It is true.
Swanson, that motherfucker was rated. He had an A school, so don't get me started on that motherfucker right there. No.
What I'm saying
he was rated.
Those types
so he scored around a 50 to get GSM A school. That's what he did.
I don't think it's that high.
So just because you score a certain number don't mean you can do the fucking jobs. like I said before, we'll argue about this all day long. I don't care on it. But it's still to get.
You're very passionate about this one.
You goddamn right. Because I'm sick and tired of people. See, my job, right, at the power plant, they told people you could not get hired on, even if you was in the Navy, did the engineering jobs, if you didn't have a fucking degree.
Well, you know those people saying that we're fucking retarded, right?
Yeah. And it's the same thing as
and then
what the Navy has fucking done, too.
They proved it a couple years later because they were fucking retarded.
Went full retard.
They went full retard.
But for the GED, it's still a 50.
Such a difference. Like, bro, there's such a difference between military that was not retarded and military that was retarded. Because
and also too,
military
fucking
that was
Winston,
retarded, you had to make sure you lived and saved their fucking dumbasses so you wouldn't die because they were fucking retarded.
Well, you get back to changing your rank, right, from undesignated to strike it out.
Mm-hmm.
Winston did it as an RN. Kohler did it as a GM.
Oh yeah, I'm never said it can't be done. You can fucking do it, but
it's hard. Yeah,
the fucking problem is that you're in an everyday job in the engine room and you're learning all that shit to do your watches. Now you're trying to study another rate at the same time to strike out on a fucking test, and not everybody can do that as easily as anybody else.
Right.
Well, I mean, they can do it. They just got to give up their off time.
Yeah, everybody can fucking do it. I know that because I didn't fucking do it. I learned more and I enjoyed it, so I didn't strike out.
That's why I didn't strike out.
Though, the fucking problem is that when I joined undesignated, they were putting money up to put undesignated in. They didn't tell me what rates I was fucking qualified for. They just said, hey, you would be a good engineer, so why don't you go undesignated fireman? You can choose all of these rates to work from.
Yep.
That's where I was pissed about undesignated, because they fucking lied about it.
I didn't even get money for going undesignated or anything. Like I just was told, yeah, you could go undesignated and pick any job in the Navy once you get out there.
Yeah, so yeah. I mean, I did the same thing where I went undesignated like a fucking goddamn fucking retard without a bonus or anything.
Yep.
Well, when we joined, Rocky, they weren't giving a bonus for that. When we joined,
yeah. Well,
there was no bonus. See, I went in for
I got 4 large, baby, 4 large.
See, I went in undesignated as a seaman, as a deck seaman. First, but at boot camp, I changed over to undesignated fireman because the engineering side, that was more what I wanted to do.
Well, what did they want you to go in before that, Jay?
Deck seaman.
Oh, that was stupider than that.
Yeah. So I changed over.
You made the right choice, but
I got screwed.
You know what I've realized in my time in the Navy for 24 years, boys?
What?
The people they think are the most dumbest from the ASVABs are actually way smarter than the fuckers that get high ASVAB scores.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. Remember that fucking Duke that was a bosun mate, or he had to go deck seaman, Rocky, in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
That he was kind of he was off a little bit. He failed out of Duke school, and he scored high on the ASVAB. So
I didn't get any signing bonus. I've never got a re-enlistment bonus. Nothing. I've gotten nothing during my time in the Navy. And I mean, I did 14 years, and you would think at least once I would get something, but I never got anything. Other than, thanks for re-enlisting for another 4 to 6 years.
I guess I got the bonus because I stayed in the same rate, dude. When I switched from DC2 to MA2, I got a signing bonus when I signed for 3 years, right? And then I met Heidi and I married her. And then I signed for 6 years after that. So I signed from 2007 to 2013 or whatever, right? Or 2011. It was 2005 to 2011. That's actually what it was. I did 6 years. So I was locked in for 6 years after that. And then the next 6 years would be from 2011 to 2017, which would bring me to 20 years.
See, I was a GSM from 99 to when I got out in 2012. Like, I stayed GSM the whole time after I struck GSM, and I never got anything.
there were certain rates after a certain year they was not giving no bonuses out.
Yeah, that was true. That was so true.
And that was for any rate.
So true.
GSM was definitely one of them.
They slowly dwindled it down. Like because I was the last one that got a 6YO GSM. I think I got 21,000, and then divided over the 6 years, you get half up front, taxed, and then you get it over the next 6 years. Well, that was the only reenlistment bonus that I got. And that was because I was going LCACs.
Yeah, I never got anything like that, right?
Yeah.
It was the first time I did the 6 years, I got like a couple $1,000 bonus, which helped me and Heidi because I had Heidi get out of the Navy because I thought her being out of the military and me being in the military would be normal. And then I did like fucking 6 years away.
Yeah, with the co-location type shit.
Yeah. But then when I re-enlisted in 2011 to 2017, I got nothing. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to have a steady paycheck to take care of my wife and kids.
Yeah, fucking SRBs.
My biggest priority was always my wife and children. My happiness meant nothing. It was just that I was able to take care of my wife and kids.
See, when I re-enlisted in 2000, I got $15,000 tax-free because I did mine at the Gulf.
Mm-hmm.
But if I would have just signed a 6-month fucking thing, right, extension, for 6 months later, I could have got $35,000, but that would have been taxed. That $35,000 would have been taxed, though.
Yeah.
But I didn't give a fuck. Give me that tax-free money, because that means every year when I got that bonus, that allotment, that was tax-free too. Every fucking year after that.
Yeah. See, I never had anything offered. There was nothing. I don't know. It must have been just timing or something, but. Yeah. I mean, there was one time I re-enlisted for 6 years and I didn't get shit.
Yeah. See, here's the thing.
That was my last 6. That was my last 6 years, bro. Then when I did when I ended up doing the 24, I extended for 2, and then I extended for 2.
And here's what I'll tell people that want to go in the Navy, right? If they still offer it, don't sign up for fucking 4 years. Sign up for 3 years if they still offer it, and see if you like it or not. And that's how I was able to re-enlist in 2000, because I was I signed up for 3 years.
But now, boys, you have more to think about. Do you want to enlist and save a country that hates you as a man?
Right.
Well, I think that's a little hyperbolic, Rock. Yeah. If you really look like the microcosm we see online, that's just what it is. It's a microcosm of areas that are democratic shithole fucking. Those same people have been around since the 60s, man, with Vietnam.
But the question still remains, do you want to defend them too?
If you take that oath, you got to. But
the point is it even worth taking the oath that there's people like that in the country in the person?
That's your choice only. Nobody else.
That's their choice. Your choice, their choice. But if they want to sign up, because you're going to serve under fucking Democrat administrations and Republican administrations. That's never going to change.
But at least you have the chance to know that whether you have 50%, do the people hate you or not? Why should you defend them?
But that's, Rocky, that's a very small percentage, just like the fucking gay community, all these fucking LGBTQ, right? That's a very small percentage of the country right there.
But it's so crazy that what I'm saying is actually a real thing. You guys are like, dude, we should defend everybody, right? That's what you're going through, right?
You take that fucking oath and you defend everybody.
Yeah.
You do.
But now people are actually thinking like what I'm saying right now, where it's like, is it even worth it if none of the people or none of the percent of the people will support you?
Just like Lil Tate said, that's their choice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you're in a nihilistic view, which you don't want to be in a nihilistic view, because then it's like, I don't really fucking care. Nobody cares about anybody. And then we do fall into the complete despair pit.
And, I'm glad I brought that up too, because that's an also important thing to talk about too.
See, here's the thing people need to realize too, all right? Those motherfuckers ain't paying your bills at the end of the fucking day. Who's paying your bills? You are. Fuck them. Do your job, move on.
Yeah, I mean, the military still has the best college fund that there is. You know, I'm using it now. It took me, forever, but we paid into it, so long ago that it's increased as the years have increased. And there's tons of schools that, military veterans, and you don't have to be a 20-year fucking veteran. If you served, you get your honorable discharge. You get this. We all get the same things
as long as you paid it at $1,200. That's the
yeah. Well, back then, I don't know what it is now,
but
what is it now?
It's the post 9/11 GI Bill. They don't have to pay into it at all.
Yeah.
See, and that's fucking. I got fucked on that because I was told it was in writing. I had guaranteed money, right? Before the $1,200 came out, right? Then there's a loophole that if you didn't pay that $1,200, you don't get that guaranteed money after that.
Yeah, it's
that's bullshit.
Fund. It was a trust
fund. But that $20,000 was besides. It's like the post 9/11 GI Bill. It was not. It was separate from that $1,200.
No, it wasn't. It was the $1,200 went into a trust fund, almost like an IRA Roth, and it increased. They followed with it.
I'm saying when I signed up, they had another $20,000 besides that $1,200 that they put into a trust fund, right?
Yeah, that's what the original amount you got out with. If you left, the original Montgomery GI Bill was $21,000 when you paid the $1,200 in. When you got out, you had $21,000 to use for school.
But that's not how they did it when I went in 97.
Well, that's how they did it when I went in
99. That's not how they worded it at all. You had $20,000 separate from that $21,000.
I mean, it was an option. You didn't have to pay into it.
Well, I didn't pay into it at all. So I was like, fuck it. Because going to Japan as an E2? Huh?
You weren't going to get it then.
I know. I'm just saying. That's why I told people if you don't pay into it, you don't fucking get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had the Montgomery GI Bill, and then I switched it over to the post 9/11.
Yeah, Chapter 33, which if anybody's going to use between Chapter 31 and Chapter 33, use your Chapter 33 because it makes the government and the college institution pay each other. You no longer get the money for tuition. It cuts all of that out, and they have to deal with it.
But you get the BAH.
Yeah, you get the BAH because I get the BAH, and it goes. So everybody, it was fucked up for me until I got my first receipt report from the VA. They pay you by the week. So your weeks are what paid out, not by the month, because that's where that shit gets fucked up. They pay you in your term, like my terms are 10 weeks at a time. So they pay me 10 weeks of BAH at a time and ask me if I'm still enrolled, which if you're enrolled, then you go from there. I know, thanks. So that's how that's going now because I'm going through it right now. So if you can, use your Chapter 33 instead because they got to deal with it. All the school and the government's got to fucking pay it.
And it's just not college you could use that for, people.
No, you can use it for trade schools.
Well, you don't have to be for trade school. You could be it like Powerplow used that. If you go through a step progression for journeyman, you could use it for that.
Yeah, you can use it for. If I was going to suggest anybody join for 4 years, TA tuition assistance is 100%. Start your fucking course shit there. Get your TA because it's already 100%. It pays for the courses. As long as you score higher than a C average on the course, it's 100% paid for. Use that to get your stepping stone because I used that when I was in Coronado. I got like fucking 60 credits when I went for my bachelor's. I reduced some of those so I could go an alternate path, but I had like 60, man. I was almost done with my associates, and that was all paid for.
And if you're on a ship,
while you're active,
and if you're on a ship on it, sometimes on deployments, they'll have college professors come out. You can take college courses there, but you're gonna give up a lot of time. Your free time.
You're gonna give up a lot of your fucking off time and sleep time for that shit.
But if someone wants to do it, they have that opportunity to do it while they're on deployment too.
Yes. And you can, I don't know if you can CLEP out anymore or any of that stuff from college courses. They used to let you take the test, and if you passed it, then you didn't have to take the full course.
Yep. But even if you don't take no college courses right in the military, certain rates do give you college credits towards certain things already.
Yeah, you get your VMET when you retire or get out, and that goes through your accreditation with the ACE, and it tells you what you qualify for what credits.
See, if like mine as a GSM, if I went through my engineering, to engineering degree, I'd have a lot of credits already towards that.
Yeah, there's too much fucking math. I said no.
That's why I don't do it, because of math.
No more math.
So I don't fucking do it because I don't like fucking math. Never did like fucking math.
So they just came out with a thing that says reports now indicate that former CIA director John Brennan is no longer on U.S. soil.
Yeah.
Somebody's running.
See, the thing is, anybody can be brought back if they run at any fucking time.
And it depends on where they go, but yes, I mean,
They can still be brought back because they've done it before.
It can happen, but
if they want you bad enough, they'll get you.
Yeah.
And that's the choice, like Rocky's saying. Do you want to defend a country that doesn't value as much as what they used to? And I find that, reading through, like he's saying, as he's talking, there are a lot of people that still love veterans and still want to be checked. And it's true. Do you want to protect the people that hate you?
But the thing is,
that's your choice.
Military is still good for fucking certain jobs, right?
It is.
It's still good for that, especially experience and stuff like that.
But I guess, like what Lil Tate said was, do you want to protect the people that hate you?
I mean, that was like that. People were like that when we joined, too.
I know. But now it's even become more of a thing because it's like
because of the internet. That's why
people that hate you.
Because of the internet. That's why, Rocky.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's like we talked about before. We'll do bios before too long, but there's reasons why I left. That's very similar to what Rocky's talking about. My brother was giving me shit when I was in about how much money we got for BAH and fucking hated it. He's like, you motherfuckers are getting all this money and blah, 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 blah.
I remember when there was a girl that was mad because I got BAH to take care of Heidi and the kids.
Yes.
And I told her, go to hell, you fucking cunt.
Fuck, I got BAH as a single E5.
Did you guys see the pay raise between E4
and I'll tell you this.
Hold on, let Thumper go. Let Thumper go.
Did you guys see the pay raise that they got for E1 through E4?
No.
This year? It's humongous.
Yeah.
It is humongous.
And they should.
Look
they
at
should.
It is huge.
They should get it.
I'm talking E1 to E4 got the largest pay raise ever. Look it up.
Yes, and
it's fucking nuts.
And they should get that.
They should.
They should get it.
Yeah.
They should, because they're the first to fucking get sacrificed. But here's what I'm going to talk about right now.
Go ahead, Rocky.
When I was in Guantanamo Bay, I had a stupid fucking liberal fucking feminist fucking piece of goddamn motherfucking shit journalist there, right? And I don't care if all you girls are like, I thought you were pretty or anything. If you're a feminist, you're fucking worthless. Anyways.
Tell us one more time, Rocky.
If you're a feminist, men don't want you.
Preach it.
We don't want you. We don't want you. We don't want you. Because you know why? You could be pretty as fuck, but if you think I oppress you, you're a fucking moron. And eat shit and die with dysentery. Anyways. But anyway.
Dysentery?
Jurassic Park right there. Anyways. I cussed this chick out, right? And she was one of those fucking LA Times or what, New York Times or whatever. And I said, why are you defending people that want to kill you, you stupid feminist idiot? And she had no answer. And I bet she'll remember my face if she said it. She'll say something stupid and derogatory, but she won't be able to say, he didn't ask me a question that didn't make sense.
But, I mean, I'll do a little bit of my bio today. I joined because I didn't want to take the ACT for college. Because I didn't like fucking tests. And I had scholarship offers for baseball for that shit. All I had to do was score 17 on the ACT, and I had a fucking full ride. I didn't want to go to college because I knew I would have fucked it up.
Right? You could have been a real professional baseball player.
Well,
right?
that's why Dad didn't tell me about the Braves wanting to sign me out of high school, because he knew I would fuck it up because I was not mature enough at that time for money and all that shit. I probably just pissed it away, drinking, all that shit, right? So a Navy was the best thing for me. It's not the best thing for everybody, but everybody needs to look at what's best for them, right? I was already a qualified fucking welder coming out of high school. I already had a job lined up.
Here's my question, Jay. Why do women get to decide what's best for everybody?
Well, if you let them, they will, but you don't have to let them either.
But if you don't let them, it means you hate them.
No, not always. No,
disagree with them, but you have to understand on CNN and all these other fucking gay ass fucking news channels.
I don't watch them.
If you disagree with a woman, you're a hater of women. It's not like no. Fucking.
But that's a very small percentage of this country too. Yeah, because the far left liberals is a very small percentage. They live in the cities.
Yeah, look who's protesting fucking Trump. It's the fucking boomers, man. They ain't got nothing better to do. They're all fucking retired old feminists from the fucking 60s.
Yeah.
But they've been around for a long time.
They should have parrots on their fucking shoulders and go fucking to Bikini Bottom and drown.
I mean, you already know, and I'll give this example, and you should already know this. Women wanted equality in the military. And then as soon as they threw the draft ideas around, the TikToks fucking flew out there of like, oh my God, we can't do this. Oh my God, we can't do this. So to me, seeing that has already sealed anything that anybody has to say about feminism and men and the military, because we're talking about the military itself. I will not listen and be preached to by any woman that talks about the fucking draft and the selective service if they were to get fucking drafted in because they wanted equality. And then back.
They have no opinion. Those women have no opinion of mine. I don't have to listen to it. Fuck them. I don't have to take those women.
Also, those are the same women that have the opinion to kill a baby or not.
Yeah.
They have the opinion to put a man on child support or not. They have the opinion to do everything to control a man once he sticks his dick in you. And that's the problem, bro. The problem is they have all this control and they have no responsibility. They have no accountability. They have no one to answer to because they can get away with it.
Well, and a lot of those men, right?
And that's why this whole thing is going on right now.
But a lot of those men, too, don't fight either for their fucking kids either. They don't want to argue with women. They don't fight. And that's part of the problem, too. They don't fucking fight.
Yeah, they will give up custody.
It costs too much money.
Yes.
It costs too much money.
You know how much money it's costed me since my son was born? $40,000. Because I want to go fucking back down. $40,000 what it has cost me so far.
Why should it cost that much to pay for a kid that you made?
I was not going to fucking just roll over either. I was going to put up a fucking fight.
Because the normal child, if you look at it, used to be $250,000 to $300,000 from the time that they're born to the time that they reach 18. Your investment in a child, as far as money that you invest in, at minimum is like $250,000 to $300,000.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
When people go through a divorce, especially guys, right, or not even married to a woman that you make a kid with, right? If you put up a fight at first, it's going to be a lot easier on you in the fucking long run if you put up that fucking fight.
Yeah.
Versus just caving in. You cave in, then that woman's going to walk all over the fuck off because she knows she can.
You know what that means? You know what it means, boys? It means control the narrative.
Yeah.
Control the narrative. Don't let her spread her lies because she'll do it for manipulation like fucking crocodile tears, right? Believe not a woman when she cries because she's doing that to get her way. I think Socrates said something like that, right?
That's what we said earlier, but it's weeps.
It's weeps, which means crying. But it's so crazy that it comes down to that. And it shouldn't have to come down to that. It should be, look, everyone's opinion matters, but let's see what's actually right or wrong instead of catering to someone's feelings. And I think that's what's been the whole thing, Jay. The whole thing has been, why should we cater to someone's feelings when they're absolutely 100% wrong all of the time?
Well, and I will stand by this side of it is the court, the judicial system, local, your county and state have turned this into a racket the same way that traffic violations are.
Yeah, they're
as soon as they turn it into a money maker is when you have women shift over to that idea of making children and using them as money. Like they look at them as fucking money bags.
Yeah.
But also, like here in Missouri right now, right? They passed this a couple years ago. Anybody fighting for custody of their child, whether it be a man or a woman, right? It's automatically 50-50, no child support. Yeah.
I'm 50-50. I don't pay child support.
I'm 50-50 with River. Yeah.
Yeah. So the judge actually, with my divorce with Landon's mom, he basically asked
the current
me,
one.
This is the second one.
What about the current?
They have no kids together.
We don't have kids. Yeah, we don't have kids together. So so
she shouldn't be able to take anything from you, right?
It's a non-contested divorce. So she signed the paperwork saying she's not contesting anything.
All right, don't get with girls from California no more, right?
Right. So my son's mom, though, during our divorce, the judge said she was financially irresponsible while I was in Afghanistan because she blew over $260,000 and didn't pay anything off. So he said that based on that and certain things that I uncovered when I came home, that I was the one to make the terms of the divorce. And I told him I wanted 50-50 custody, no child support, no spousal support. And the judge agreed to that and said absolutely. And her lawyer stood up and objected. And the judge looked at her lawyer and said, you better sit down, because if you don't sit down within 5 seconds, I'm going to award him full custody and she's going to pay him child support. So then her lawyer sat down real quick and withdrew his objection to that.
But it's all about the lawyer you have too.
Well,
see, a lot of people don't want to pay for a good lawyer.
It has to do with the judge.
Yeah, and judge too, though.
But
if that lawyer has good rapport with that judge, they get pretty much what they want.
They always work to benefit themselves and not you. That's what you got to understand.
Yes, 100%. Because the two judges in my county, McIntosh and I forgot the other guy, they ruled always in favor of the woman.
Yeah,
because they could get the court money out of it. Now this was later on found out that this was going on. Heffelfinger was the other guy. They found out the kickbacks that was getting done through the CPS and, them adjusting the rates of child support and all that. They found out the kickbacks that were coming through. So that's why I can say that I know personally how judges in the court systems, locally can do this.
Yeah.
And that's what they do.
And I think that is the most corrupt thing. If you're stealing money from men to steal your retirement, you're a piece of shit and you deserve to fucking die. You deserve to burn in fucking hell.
Well, and I would go the opposite side as men too. I think if you're stealing money from anybody, like
you deserve to fucking go to hell.
Yeah, your intent to get married to somebody to get money out of them, like as you say, your retirement plan, then you're a piece of shit, because men and women will do it. Like men will become sugar daddies. Women will become, they're looking for their sugar daddy and shit like that.
I've never seen it in a woman, but I'll believe it might be true.
Yeah. No, it does happen. There are men that will go after cougars that have money, and they will leech off of them.
Yep, 100%.
But the thing is when they steal money from men that are just trying to be good fathers, like I know you and him, all three of us and him have tried to be the best fathers we can be. They deserve to go to hell.
Well, I mean, I agree. I think anybody stealing any money from anybody that way, taking advantage of somebody. Like, remember, fucking what's her face, man? The blonde haired fucking guest girl.
Guest girl.
Yeah, the Guess Jeans girl, blonde haired. married the old man for his money, and
Anna Nicole Smith.
Yeah, Anna Nicole Smith. There it is. Marrying the old guy.
She's dead. Yeah.
Yeah, she's been dead for a long time. But that was the thing. Like, she tried to say she didn't marry him for his money.
He was a billionaire.
What did you marry him for?
Yeah, he was a fucking billionaire that was on his deathbed, basically. Come on.
Yeah.
Don't give me that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what I'm saying is, it's like, look, if you're gonna do that, just be fucking honest about what you actually are.
Yeah, just give me my fucking money.
Yeah, but it's like when you try to justify and all the other crap, it's like, no, fuck you, motherfucker, and fuck from where you came. And I'm sorry if I sound like this guy that's so harsh and whatever, but I don't care.
Y'all couldn't hear me, could you?
You need a Rocky like me in the world that tells you fuck you.
Y'all couldn't hear me, could you, while I left?
No.
Okay, good.
We lost you, Jay.
I know. I didn't want to make sure you couldn't hear me throwing a fucking rant because River fucking blew the fucking circuit on the fucking kitchen.
Are you okay? You're not.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's just he knows that since the microwave does not have its own fucking circuit, he tried to do toaster at the same fucking time. This is the problem with 1970s houses too. They do the kitchen all one fucking circuit, one fucking breaker instead of fucking two or three.
That's hilarious, dude. That's hilarious.
Well, because I mean, that pisses me off. Because then you got
Kelly Clark, we love you. We want to talk to you. Please come talk to us. We love you.
Where the fuck did that come from?
I just wanted to talk to her, man. We haven't talked to her in forever, and she's messaged us a couple times. I want to talk to her.
I didn't know if you saw her fucking watching or not. So
no. I thought about her, and I was like, man, I wish we could talk to her. We need to talk to girls around here. You can't be all guys, but we would love to talk to you guys. Just don't be fucking assholes and fucking dick faces.
Oh, I've already gave it up. I'll try to get new people come on. If they won't come on, they'll come on. Play something.
Yeah. Who cares? If they don't like it, they can fucking, I guess, fucking suck it.
Hey, like we said, when we originally set out to do this was a group therapy session of bullshit and free for all.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing today.
It's been great. It's been great like that.
And anybody, if you don't think we don't fucking argue, then you need to watch this episode.
Yeah. I mean,
how many of us did not agree with each other? Probably all of us. Probably everybody, right? But mad and say we're not going to talk to you. We hate you. We think you're hating.
But we just because we are very passionate. All of us are very passionate about certain things.
Yeah. And like goes back to Rocky and like we talked about, and I know Rocky will probably say it. It's about bringing critical thinking back.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need to be your own individual. Do your own like thinking, watch, learn, listen. And nobody's going to agree, and you shouldn't fucking agree.
Yeah.
But there will always be this question: how much do you love big boobs? I love them.
I'm a big boob man, dude. You can never get me with a big ass.
I'm
it's
also
always
a
big boobs.
Round ass man, smooth legs and slender arms that are cut.
See, I'm more of an ass guy, but I don't like those big ass fucking asses. Like
what, the BBLs?
Some Kim Kardashian ass.
YouTube or a video on this girl that said my BBL stinks.
Yes, I've seen that.
Oh my god, it's fucking hilarious.
There's that doctor guy. He's like half Asian. And they're talking about butt implants and how they smell and shit.
Really?
Oh. Yeah. And like people having trouble like wiping their own asses. And it's like, so apparently that's the most dangerous cosmetic surgery out there is getting the butt implants.
I believe it. I mean, it's not. Yeah, I believe it.
I mean, I guess I need some. I look like Kermit the Frog pulling up my pants and shit. I have no ass. It's muscle from my back to my thighs. It's just there to attach.
I just like the chicks that are toned. You know, you can see it. It's toned. It's nice. I don't like the ones that have all the cellulite all over it and everything.
Yeah.
Like
well, I
mean, some of these dudes like that shit. Nah.
And that's what we're saying, man. Everybody to each their own individuals. Like you were talking about relationship and how people can do things. Everybody's their own person. They should be their own person, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, we got it. Like there are certain rules certain things you shouldn't go over, like children, young age, those types of things. You know, that is one-off no, but you look around the world and they're like, we don't give a fuck. We'll do arranged marriage at a girl that's 10 years old to a man that's 30. So where's the, you know, the lines drawn for other cultures, you know?
I mean, look at the Amish. The Amish still fucking, they marry young.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, we don't have to agree with it, but if it's their culture, that's their culture. If that's in their laws,
there's a lot of cultures like that. You know, there's a lot of cultures like that.
Fucking Muslims like that.
Who? What?
Young brides. Like, that's the thing is, like, up until the modern day, I mean, that was common, you know, like young brides. That was a common thing, even in Christianity. You know
why? Why?
It's all about population and getting the bloodline.
No. Biology.
Well,
what's the biology?
Spread your seed.
No.
Reproduce.
When do women become fertile?
After they have their period. Yeah.
No, after the age of 9, right?
That's when they have their period, not 9.
Yeah.
It's when they have their period.
A lot of times, dude, it's after the age of 9, which I cannot fucking. I can't even agree with that. I'm telling you guys the truth. I'm like, it's after the age of 9, but I still have a fucking problem with that, right? I have a big problem with that. But that's actually the fucking biological fact.
Well, and they were doing it back then because the lifespan of humans were so short, and to get the bloodline, because everything was based off of your bloodline back then and your lineage to spread your family and become more powerful. So you got somebody younger that would be able to survive. Somebody that was younger that would be able to survive giving birth over an older person that might die during birth.
Yeah.
Look at how
what I'm saying is it's that biology. It's not necessarily men being perverts or anything like that. It's fucking biology and it's fucking science.
You look how many grandparents out there. I know my grandparents, they get married real fucking young.
How young were they, bro?
My grandma was fucking 15, my grandpa was 19.
Holy shit, really?
You know, but that's what happened back then. That was the fuck culture.
And you gotta add in.
What years were that, bro?
Dude, that would have been back in the fucking 40s.
You got to remember too, farms, man. Farms and like we're saying, spreading your seed. You have to build a fucking workforce.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, I mean, I don't agree with it, but back then when you're farming, you need people to continually move on the farm at ages. So you have to start early and you continually move on.
That's why the Amish do it. And look at like great-grandparents, right? People's great-grandparents. I guarantee it. Everybody has grandparents and great-grandparents married before they was 18.
Oh, yeah. Well, what I'm saying is now in the mainstream media, if anyone's that age, they freak out about it, right?
Yep.
And are they